Hello?
Oh my god, you can't flip my camera, can you?
No, is that oh, wait.
Sorry. I have the biggest insecurity about my camera not being flipped, but it's okay. It's okay.
We can go
I can deal
offline
with that.
again. It's okay. We can
No,
do
no,
it.
no, 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 no. It's fine.
Oh, awesome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this new podcast of mine. It's the 12th podcast that I'm going to do, sparring with ItsAmarantha, if I pronounce your name correctly.
You pronounce it perfect. Perfect.
Perfectly.
Exactly.
I can up the volume, but I'm going to be in the reds. Chameo. So let,
Chamimi.
let's see.
Chamimi.
Let me know, guys. Like, I can't up the volume anymore. Um,
Sometimes on Discord, if you right click me, you can like put the volume a little bit higher. I don't know if that will help.
yeah, but then I become deaf.
Ah, yeah.
um, okay, awesome. So, guys, welcome to this new episode of mine. It's been a week, I think. Yeah, a full week since my last podcast. That was in Dutch. This is my second podcast that's going to be in English. So I'm a little rusty, but I'm sure with Ness, it's going to be fine. She's going to help me through because she's a wonderful person. For those who are just tuning in, welcome everybody. I'm seeing a lot of people from Ness, her stream already. Um, uh, so awesome to see you guys in here. But the topic of today, I'm going to talk about that in a bit. But first, let me tell you about the stuff that I already know about you, Ness. It's not much, but anyways, I'm going to try my best. And this is going to show how little I dig or dug into your like social network.
Okay, guys, get your notepads out and start grading him.
No, it's literally not that much. It's actually I know that you're doing art. I know that you're really creative. I know that you love talking about mental health and want to help people. This is also something that I am trying to figure out in my own way. And what else? You're a really sweet person. You're an open person. You like to talk about stuff with people. You love to talk in essential. I can say that, I think. Um
Definitely true.
yeah, but in a good way, in a good way. In a good way.
In a non-annoying way, non-obstructive. I love that. I
Yes.
must say, I always have this voice in my head that says, "Okay, don't talk because someone else is talking. Don't talk because someone else is talking right now."
Is that voice active right now, or is it just
Yes, it's always active. I'm always scared.
awesome?
By the way, can I just give you a huge, like, props for you actually introducing me as a person and not like, Ness, this is Ness, she's a doctor, because most people just know that about me and then just stop like the introduction as if that is all there is to me.
Oh yeah.
So I just want to say thank you for not doing that.
She's not a doctor, by the way. No.
No, no, I am. Don't get that one wrong.
She is a doctor, and actually, I wanted to talk about that part of her in the podcast, but we well, how to say this? I think it's a good thing to change the subject to something that um, is easier to talk about. I think maybe I don't really know how
I
that.
think I think it's more relatable, let's just say it like that, because my life is so weird. It's weird. Like I had a very heavy week last week. I can't like speak into details because some of it was public in journals and stuff, so I can't talk about what exactly happened. But in the morning, I was having a very, very heavy case of a girl that died. And I was busy with that for hours. And then the next minute, I was just busy with, I don't know, helping other people, and then the next minute I was typing discharge letters, and then in the evening I came home to stream as if nothing happened. Like that is just weird. It's weird for people to understand that, and I
Mm-hmm.
think it is just more relatable. If I mean, I can talk a little bit about how my life affects my streaming and affects therefore the way I look at Twitch and at networking and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But to be like, "Oh, like poor me, like I have such a hard job." Like, no, I chose it. It's fine. But it's weird life and people don't really understand it because they can't relate to it.
So I don't want to look. This is the reason why I wanted this topic because, like, I have so many questions about this. Like, oh! But not to dive into this topic, but just to put my foot in there and look at how cold or warm the water is. All right, and I'm then gonna take
Mhm.
my foot out again. So um how do you think that people think about your work? Is it something that people consider something to turn a knob on and a knob like push the button and you're a doctor, push the button and you're not a doctor anymore? Or are you 24/7 in your whole entire day a doctor? Like do you
Um,
have a lens in front of you that you look through the world as a doctor?
in a sense, yes, but I think I have a switch, and I think if you don't have that switch, you won't be a happy person because if your entire life is medicine and your entire life is about what you do as a job and you don't have anything outside of that, and I see this a lot with my colleagues,
Hmm.
they don't have joy. Like, I ask them sometimes, "What did you do this weekend?" "Oh, actually, when I think about it, nothing." And, like, if they would ask me, like, this weekend, for example, I don't know, I've done, like, a bunch of things. I've, like, painted, I streamed games, I hung out with my friends in Discord, I did, like, a lot of things, and
Yeah.
they're just like, "Yeah, I watched Netflix, I don't know," And and then when they watch Netflix, they watch, like, Grey's Anatomy or so it's, like, all about
Yeah.
medicine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, I think you need a switch in a sense because if you take everything home with you that you did well or didn't do well, it's just going to obsess you, and the rate of burnout and the rate of suicide amongst young doctors, it is astronomical. Like, there are horror stories that are just here in Belgium, in our small little country, that happened with assistants just because they were overworked and they just couldn't have the pressure anymore.
And with this pressure, mistakes are being made, and it's like probably
Definitely.
an
I
endless.
like, I made a mistake once, like, I was really, messed up by it, was a girl that, I don't know, she was, neurologically she had a neurological development disorder, and it's really hard with these patients because they're not normal, they have disabilities and they don't look like other children, so you can't really, trust your clinical eyes. So what I mostly do is I ask the parents, like, the way that you see your child right now, is it like how you're used to it, or is she acting different? For the parents, she was acting normal, but there were a couple of things, had I had more time to look into it,
Hmm.
that I maybe could have saved this girl. And she ended up dying like a week after I admitted her to the hospital. And the reason why she went so bad is because maybe in a sense I wasn't thorough enough, but also because this patient wasn't followed up in our hospital. There were like lots of pieces of the puzzle that were missing.
Hmm.
And because it was so busy, I didn't have time to look for all of those pieces. I was like, they'll do that tomorrow morning. But by tomorrow morning, it was too late, and things like that happen. And I think that is very difficult to how am I supposed to say that? To grasp that for people that are not in that profession.
Yeah, I
Because
understand.
they'll be like, "Yeah, but that's like a little girl and you should have, like, done more." But I
Hmm.
think if you were in my shoes with the knowledge that I had at that point, you would have done exactly the same that I did. So it's difficult sometimes.
So one last question about this topic, and we'll go on to the networking stuff. When once you go through this, is there like a place where you can get help? A place
Um,
that you can like actually talk about this stuff and
yeah.
explain what happened without people judging you, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So there are a couple of things that we do whenever there are traumatic events like this. I mean, I think every in the thing that I do because I'm a trainee for pediatrics, so we all of our patients are below 18 years old, and whenever someone dies or a medical mistake has been made or anything like that, we have a debriefing moment. And that debriefing moment is kind of like with everyone that was involved in that case. And then we get a run through. Everyone like gets to explain their thought process, why they did something or why they didn't do something. And you can get feedback. And that feedback is not meant as in like, oh my God, you're so dumb. Why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? But more or less like, what can you learn from this case in order to prevent another one in the future?
I see.
That's one thing that we have. And then we also have a mentor who kind of like helps us through, or someone that we can contact whenever we had a traumatic event at work, or when we had like parents that were aggressive towards us or something like that. Kind of like a person that we can talk to. And there is also psychological help too if you need that. And in my previous hospital, they even offered EMDR for traumatic events.
And for those who don't know EMDR, it's
EMDR is basically like a technique specifically for people that suffer from post traumatic stress disorder or just a stress, like a traumatic event. And with EMDR, they can try and remove that traumatic event. So, kind of like not 100% forget about it, but kind of like forget the feelings that you associate to that traumatic event,
I
which
see.
can be very, very effective, but it has a very narrow range of indications for it.
I see. Awesome. So, um,
Boy, it's okay.
by the way, I've seen a lot of people now tuning in, even my father and my uncle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Hi.
It's amazing. So welcome everybody, and this was a part of Ness talking about her daily job. And
I
I
like this topic. I thought I wouldn't like this topic, but I do. No,
Yeah,
just
but this
kidding.
is no, but this is something I would maybe on a maybe in the next episode. Maybe, who knows?
Maybe.
That
I
will
would love
be
to come back.
that will be amazing. That will be absolutely amazing. Anyways, Pika, I think she can talk with you. Like she has an own Discord. She has an own community.
Hey, Pikachu.
Dive into that. I'm gonna like shamelessly promote her Discord in a while. But for now, let's dive into the next topic, or actually our main topic for today, and
Mm,
that's
mm,
networking on Twitch. Um, and I've looked up how many hours we together streamed, and I think I've streamed roughly about 3,300 hours, and you are
it's insane.
at 1,300, if I'm correct.
Really? I
Yeah,
thought it would be way worse. Actually, I did not spend that much of my life on Twitch. I'm actually proud.
yeah. But considering this, you are doing way better job than I am doing. And if I'm looking at how many time I wasted on Twitch, that's insane. I can't imagine how many hours I've wasted on Twitch, and that's literally just streaming for 0 people and doing nothing. But I don't want to go there because I feel like this is something that has been talked about on YouTube. You can find many videos on YouTube
Mm,
about how to do this stuff and how not to do
mm,
it, basically, and
mm,
you can learn a lot from that. So I don't want to talk about that. But why am I telling you this? I've um I've stumbled upon this 10,000 hour um, practice makes someone an expert in anything, right? If
mm.
you practice 10,000 hours in something, that makes someone an expert in something. And
Yeah.
even if you count our hours together, you
We
make
don't, we're not
we're
close.
not even halfway through. So this means we have so much to learn, and especially but for my own, I'm talking for myself now, but I think in some way you can agree with this. Like we are nowhere
Mm.
near the place that we want to be, or
No,
imagine we can be in on Twitch, for example.
that would be cool.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. It's not even the numbers that I'm talking about. It's not even
Mhm,
like, oh, I'm this partnered streamer, or I'm this Twitch,
mhm,
like, oh, or an affiliate for some that are just starting streaming.
mhm.
This is just a symbol on your profile. This has nothing to say to what you actually have to bring to the people.
Definitely, and I would even say affiliate is a scam and partner is a scam too. I think I like, honestly, I'm not striving to be partner. That is not my goal. Like for the longest time, I was like, I want to be partner. I want to hit partner. La, 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 la. I want this. I want that. And I don't believe in it anymore. I have a friend. She recently did a second channel, and she was streaming English, and right now she's streaming German. And I asked her like, "Hey, like, are you gonna go for affiliate?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "Why? Like, why would you do that? Like, you have a
Mhm.
partner channel. Like, why not just have the donation button there, or and have a Patreon or something? Patreon takes 20% off of your revenue, and donations is like everything that you can get. Why would you take like almost 60%, because it's not 50-50.
Mhm.
People are always like 50-50, but it's not 50-50. It's 60% that's going away. Why would you do that? Why would you let someone pay €5 for you to get like not even 2 out
Mm.
of it? Like why? If you have
Yeah.
a partner channel, unless you know that that German channel is going to take off and you're going to do super great, then it doesn't matter anymore.
Mhm.
Um so I really do think that people have bad goals on Twitch, and they don't realize that they're bad goals, because what does it mean when you're a partner? Like that you have 75 average viewers and that's it? Like you can go full time? That's the end goal? Like that's not the end goal. That's just the beginning. That's like
True.
not even just the beginning, like. Um and I think a lot of creators that make a Twitch channel don't think about stuff like that.
No. So just to say that, you have an average viewership of viewer count of 75, and that's only the. I think we can say that's only the moment that Twitch realizes that you are a streamer in just that
Yeah.
you stream, right? They have noticed you, but
Mm.
this doesn't mean that you are anywhere. Look, I'm not saying that becoming a Twitch partner does not say anything. Of course, it says something, right?
It gives you some validation. It
It's
gives you a check mark.
indeed, but compare yourself as a Twitch partner to those who aren't a Twitch partner yet, but they're striving to that point. I think
Mm.
this can say something about where you are standing compared to not others, but the rest of the streamers around you. But this, in
L
some way, definitely says something about what you do. But this doesn't
Yeah,
say anything about the stuff that you do, that you can grow any further, and that you can that you have any.
definitely. And I think sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you there. And I think also, to play a little bit devil of like that advocate's
Mhm.
devil's advocate, sorry,
Yeah, yeah,
devil's
yeah.
advocate, is it's not because you reach 75 your average once and they'll give you the check mark that therefore you're gonna keep that 75 average. I've
Mhm.
seen so many partnered streamers
Yes.
fall back to 15 average viewers
Yeah.
every single time they stream. It's horrifying because everyone's just like, "Okay, she's partner now. Good luck, bye."
Bye bye.
That happens. Or maybe you change something about your stream because you don't like what you're doing anymore and you'll lose all of your viewership that you had before. You have to start all over again. So, yeah. Sorry, I see like a question in chat. Pika, Amaranta, do you love your job? I do. Sometimes I hate it, but sometimes I love it too.
I think Pika really wants to talk to you. She's somebody that's well, as I talked about, a lot of English people are actually joined in the Discord,
Uh-huh.
and she's one of them. Actually,
Oh, nice.
she's a really sweet girl, or woman, I should say, that loves to talk about literally anything. And I think I can feel the click already. Like you will love to you will enjoy a chat with her. Um, so it's really nice to see. All right. Awesome. So, how would you say that going your daily look? How would you say that going your daily schedule? How many
Mhm.
hours would you spend on networking? And I'm not talking about how you're networking, but just how much time. And this is a random question, I know. But let's say
I
sending a
mhm,
tweet, sending out a
mhm.
Twitter, and you get some reactions on that. Like, how would you say that that's networking?
It depends, because if you're on Twitter and you post tweets that provide value or a good opinion upon something, it's going to incite people to want to talk to you. And if you do that just about a couple of times, people are going to get curious about you, and then they're going to be like, oh, this person streams, maybe I should check her out someday. And then when they click your link and they're not disappointed, that is when they will start talking to you.
Mm.
And this can be a fellow content creator, or this can be someone that might potentially be a viewer. um, and I find it harder to get content creators to actually check out your content if you were not on their stream before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is not as easy in terms of, just be on Twitter and that's it. Like, no, you really have to put in effort, and you have to be smart about the content that you put out.
Hmm.
Which doesn't mean that you can't like tweet out something meaningless like once in a while, but you have to try and at least keep your relevancy in some way.
Yeah.
Um, Me, I recently got really bad with networking, in a sense that I had a couple of bad experiences, and I was
Mm.
just like, okay, no, I blocked a bunch of people, and I was just like, okay, we got to reset. But I used to spend, I would say, like 1 to 2 hours per day messaging people, talking to people, spending time in their streams, even though it was just a lurk, or um, just being a little bit active in their Discord. I think overall it would definitely amount to 1 to 2 hours. Yeah.
Look, if you say 1 to 2 hours of a day networking, so for somebody that doesn't do networking at all, this may sound a lot of time. One or
Mm.
two. No, but this networking that you're talking about is not something that you put energy in and you don't get energy back from it. You're actually just interacting with people and you're talking with people and building up this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's mostly about like interacting with people and just talking with people. People like overcomplicate networking. They're just like, "Oh my god, it's like I show up to your stream, you show up to my stream, and that's it." But it goes like a bit further than that. If you really like the one and only rule that I always had is I will not put effort into someone's stream or content if I don't like their stream,
mhm.
or if their stream doesn't fit my idea about streaming or like what I do. Because if I'm going to be on someone's stream that has, let's just say someone that rages all the time, I rage when I play League, and there's a freaking Yasuo in front of me and I'm like, frick
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
stupid Yasuo, I
yeah.
want to kill you. You know, that is different than someone that is just like yelling and going to throw their microphone away and make racy jokes and stuff like that. I'm not going to network with someone like that, because that person just doesn't fit my personality, doesn't fit who I am. You have to network with people that you can see as your friends,
Mhm.
or people that are interested in you, that want to help you, or that you can help. For example, this is how I started out, because when I started doing my medical streams, I solely was concentrating on smaller streamers, in order to give them a little bit of a platform to talk about their struggles. And if they could bring their community over, that would be nice. But most of them, like, kind of like got some of my people to watch them. So I mostly like worked with people that were very small.
How did that make you? How
Um,
made it? How? Sorry to interrupt you. How made
yeah.
that make you feel? That because I always struggle with my ego inside of me, and I don't know if I'm the only one with this, but something inside of me tells me, and I know that this is my ego, right?
Yeah.
And my ego wants to think that I am the one that builds this up, but that's not true. I'm not the one doing anything. I'm doing jack shit. Well, the thing that I'm sorry for my language, by the way, but the thing that
Hmm.
I do is I come with this idea, and if that idea works out, that's only because the other person is also interacting with that idea, and it's not because I bring up this idea. And that's the part of the ego that wants to think, okay, I'm doing everything. So how does it make you feel when people actually benefit from your energy, from your input?
Um, the thing is, I don't mind that much, because I would be putting in the effort anyways. You know
Mm,
what I mean? Like, it's not like if I like, let's just say I would put in the effort of doing a stream about a certain topic, let's just say my medical streams, and I invite someone to be a guest on there. I work hard to do that medical stream. I do research, sometimes I make a PowerPoint, or I think about, okay, what format could be good. I used to do like these quizzes and stuff.
true.
So I put a lot of effort into it, and people turn up for that stream. But I don't believe in a thing as taking my viewers away, or stealing my viewers. If that streamer that I invite is genuinely better than me, and can incite people more than I can,
Hmm.
then I'm lacking, and then I need to step up my game. You know what I mean?
True.
If that person, he or she, is so good, and everyone in my chat is just like, "Holy mother, let's just go over to that stream, abandon ship," you know?
Yeah.
That just means that my content needs to be stepped up. I need to do better. I don't believe in this phenomenon of stealing viewers or anything like that. And if that happens, and if people are being, because people are mean, okay, you'll find mean people on the internet. They're gonna try and steal your friends. They're gonna try and interact with your viewers to try and steal them away. And karma always comes back. I believe in that. Trust me, I believe it
Okay.
comes back. And people are just, they're not stupid. That's just it. Your viewers, they're not stupid. They're people, they can think for themselves, and they know we're here for this stream. And yeah, that's just it. I don't fear that at all.
How would you how so I was like I've learned something from my own chat actually, and that's
Mhm.
while you're talking, questions come up in my mind, and I have to write them down because I lose my questions. So before we go on, I want to say a huge shout out to Boom is Playing. He is the one that made the overlay, and he
Oh, it's really nice. I like it.
yeah, he's the one actually that made the overlay. And oh, he's actually subbing. And somebody else subbed as well earlier on. That's my uncle gifted. Gifted a sub, I think. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
that's so sweet.
And Tar even subbing as well. Thank you guys so much. But I want you to guys check her out as well. Her name is above. So please go check her out, and please, like, even if you don't like the follow thing, just go check her out. You will like the content that she makes. Um,
There are lots of highlights. You can just like scroll down and see what you like.
yeah, indeed, indeed. You have an uncle that watches Twitch. Yes, I have indeed.
It's insane.
You must know how I feel. He knows all my history.
But it's nice that they're supporting you. That's cool.
It's not even this kind of support. He actually made stuff that I'm gonna be putting on the next sparring with Burak episode in the
Wow.
overlays. Like he made this insane like amazing what's it called smart footage of like an intro,
Uh-huh.
basically an intro, and he made a symbol, or not a symbol, and
A
em-
logo.
a logo, that's the word indeed, thanks. He made a logo
No
for
problem.
the stream, so
That
amazing.
is
And
super
yeah,
cool.
that's really cool, like just my uncle, I don't know. Huh. Amazing. Anyways, so how do you filter the fake ones? That's a question that I had. So how
Aha.
do you filter the fake ones?
That is difficult. Um, because you're gonna get burned. When you're making a friendship with someone,
Mm-hmm.
um, or talking to someone, you never know their real intentions, and um, some of them will turn out great. Like, for example, like I have a couple of people in the chat here, Illy, Bo, Charlotte. Charlotte came on my stream one day and she was like, I'm a digital artist. And I was just like, oh, really? Show me what you got. And she showed me what she got. And I liked it. And she made all of my art. And from that moment on, we've been best friends till now. And I really like her. I really love her. Same with Bo. She was like always super supportive and
Mm-hmm.
always there. And she still is. And then there are some people where you think, oh, great, it's all going to go well. And then you get burned. And then you just have to get over that. That's just it. It's sometimes really hard to see what people you will click forever and what people you won't, and what people will use you for your benefit. Um, but the advice that I can give you is, the moment you sense there is something going on, or this person, there is like drama surrounding them, or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there is just something that is not sitting right, that's where I would say abandon ship. And I don't mean like ignore this person, never talk to them again, but like just take your distance and look from a distance.
Yeah.
And when you look at something or someone from a distance, a lot of more things are going to become clear to you, and the intentions of someone, just, you will see it. And that is sometimes the difficult part, because on Twitch there are a lot of ride or die people. They're like, yeah, we'll support each other till the end, you know, like I'll always host you, always rate you, and this and that.
Hmm.
And once you give someone genuine feedback, I'm that type of person. I'll be like, hey, maybe this thing that you're doing, it's not really working. Like, hey, try this, or have you ever thought about this? If they're not willing to take any of the advice that you're saying and say, like, oh, you're jealous, or no, like you're wrong, or just act like in a weird way, like there's something up, and you just take a step back and look at it from a different perspective. And that's the only way you can save yourself. Like, it's super difficult. It really is. A
I
click is forever. Sorry, I
No,
stopped,
it's
so I was
okay.
like,
It's
"A
okay.
click is forever." I got emotional.
The reason why I'm doing this on Twitch and not the reason why I'm doing this on YouTube, because on YouTube
Mhm,
you can film this, upload it, and you will have reactions. But this is just
mhm.
like I have the feeling that we're not doing this alone. I have the feeling that like right now I can see 21, but that's amazing, by the way. That's like, for me, it's mind bending, mind blowing. So thank you so much. And this is
Mhm.
I'm reading the names, and it's about 50-50. Like my people and your people are like going like this, and
They're
something they're
vibing.
vibing. It's amazing stuff happening, and this is
But
actually
that is what I mean. This makes networking so cool because if you pick out people that you vibe with, the people that are watching you, they vibe with you, so it must only be a coincidence that
yeah.
those people will vibe with each other,
Yeah,
Like
indeed.
it's math.
It's one big vibing club.
We should just like start doing a wave and vibe with each other.
Oh, I don't like dancing, so I'm sorry, but oh, I remember the moments when I had to dance with my sister at wedding days. You know, the Turkey. Maybe you have you been to a Turkish wedding day?
They make you guys dance like this, not
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
little, yeah,
yeah. It's really.
and like this. The only Turkish word I know is like anne. That's like all I know.
Oh, but in my opinion, the most wonderful word that you should learn. It's like the best word.
I also know some swear words, but that's just because I've been in a problematic school before.
All right, let's not go there. Anyways,
No.
um, so I had this other question, but the only words that I wrote down was how. Uh,
Oh.
so I don't know much about that question, but I think it was um yeah, I don't can't remember. So that's the most amazing thing about
Maybe
writing.
we can make a question about it. Like how do you even start networking? Like how do you do that? What is like how?
Well,
Maybe
so
just like the how.
yeah, I think how the reason how I learned networking or how to network is actually find people, or not even find people yourself, but it's about how you put yourself in the media, how you put yourself out there,
Exactly.
so people can find you more easier, like easier, not
Exactly.
more easy, but easier. So the best example that I can give to you right now is with Level Up Lulu. She is
Mhm.
someone that she actually contacted me because
Mhm.
I had this question in somebody else's chat about podcasting. And she is
Mhm.
somebody that podcasts as well. But
Mhm.
the reason why she contacted me is because I asked this question in the right place, in the right moment, in the right
Yeah.
stream. So
Yeah.
this teaches me to be in the right place and say the right things,
Mhm.
and people will find you.
Yeah, exactly. And that is how you go about it. A lot of people think like, "Oh, you know what? Let's just be in someone's stream and like put my link there or say, "Hey, can you please follow me or please rate me or please check out my stream." This is one that I get a lot because people think that is how you do it. And in a sense, I get it. These people, they don't know, they're uneducated. They don't have enough experience. And then when I go check out the link, because I do that when they ask me, I check out their
Why?
channel. I see they have
Why?
5 wait, wait, wait. I see they have 5 followers, and then I ask him, "If you can convince me right now by telling me what it is that you do on stream and telling me what makes you unique as a streamer, I will follow you." And 10 out of 10, they can't because they never thought about their content. They never thought about what it is that they're doing on Twitch or who they are as a content creator. Me, after 5 years, just figured out what I want to do as a content creator, not just as a Twitch streamer, but as a content creator. I know
Indeed.
what I want to do.
Indeed.
And that's after 5 years of on and off and like YOLOing League and be like, yay, I'm silver 3.
I'm standing right there next to you. Like we're in the same row. We're sitting in the same bus going at the same direction. Because as I said, I've been streaming for 3,300 hours. Now this might sound a lot for some, and this might sound
Mhm.
like not a lot for others. But I believe that this number doesn't say anything about the experience that I have. Because
Mm.
I only started experiencing what for me content creating is when I started podcasting, and that's like 12 episodes ago. And my
Mm.
first podcast was a little more than a year ago. And
Yeah.
for a long time in that year, I haven't been doing podcasts at all.
Mm.
So this is
Mm.
only a couple months that I started doing podcasting, and I love it. I genuinely love it because this is a reason why I can turn on my stream. It's not that I want to share my league content, it's because I want to share something that I really try for, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you, like, what do you feel if you win a League of Legends game on stream? What does that add to your emotional value? Like,
I can press a button and then confetti goes on and then like wow sound because it's so rare. It's like we won a game, League. It's the ultimate happiness. What are you saying?
what are you saying? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm taking it back.
No, but I absolutely 100% get you because last year I was exactly at that spot. I was like because I was interacting with a lot of League of Legends streamers back then, and everything was about League. Like everything. Like every time I would turn on my computer, it would be a League of Legends. And when I would open up League, people would spam me, do you want a duo? Let me carry you. What's your rank? If I'd be playing ranked, are you duo queuing? Are you not? You should have like taken that freaking cannon minion. I don't care. I missed it. Like what the fuck? I missed it. Let me
Leave me
miss my
alone.
cannon minion.
Leave me
Let me
alone.
miss it. Like in peace. Can I miss it? Like I'm not on stream. Everything was about League. And it was me. I couldn't answer the question, why are people watching me? I
Can you
couldn't.
can you read this exclamation mark cannot thing that a viewer of mine made for me a while ago? And this
What
tell
is
this tell
Mark's saying with Canada? What a shame. I love it. I want
this
to steal that one from you.
this is not mine, but this is a viewer of mine, a good viewer of mine, a good friend of mine.
Oh my
I love this. When I saw it, I loved it. But when I look at it now,
god.
I don't know if I'm actually proud of this, if you know what I mean. Because this
The thing is the thing is, I don't think it is fun. Like, I don't think that it's wrong to have fun on stream. That's why I still stream games because I don't want to be known as this boring medical channel that's just like, no, it's not good if you eat hot Cheetos every day. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to be like that. I think it's okay to have fun, and that's why I still play League of Legends, even if it's just once per week.
Mhm.
But the the intention behind it is different because if I play League, it is more towards the community. It's like, hey, let's hop on Discord, let's play together, let's do 5v5. It's not mm, anymore as in like perform, perform, perform and getting stressed because I died. In there, everyone is just like, they might like be, oh no, she's gonna die again, but at least we can meme about it. It's
Yeah.
fun, and I think I think the intention behind it is just different.
It's kind of amazing because you're saying the stuff that I went through. Like
Yeah.
it's not about performing anymore. It's just about, like, I'm there because I genuinely want to know how people are, like, feel, how they are, what they're going through, or just to talk with people, and not about like getting a pentakill with Yasuo, so to say.
I don't think I've ever gotten a pentakill, and it's really sad. I mean, no, I did once, but that was like old Katarina, so that's like a long time ago. Do you guys remember old Katarina? Where it was like shampoo and like and that would be it?
Yeah, I think no, vaguely, like really vague. I'm not sure.
Really? Oh, that was the best Katarina. Oh my, you could play it like I used to have like a laptop with a mouse pad. I didn't have a mouse. And I could play Ash and Katarina with that
Oh, really?
and get tentacles, yeah.
And then
That was
League,
like
and
6
then
years ago.
League changed, and from that moment on, it was like Silver 3.
Exactly. Where's the time I was platinum? I don't know.
Oh, sure, man, man, man. By the way, hey, the little Z of
Oh,
this,
little Z, hi. How are you doing, girl?
welcome,
She's
and
also a
yeah.
streamer. She's really
Oh,
sweet.
really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for
But
the.
she plays on UNE, so
Oh, okay.
Oh, oh.
No, it's okay. No worries. So no questions. I haven't been writing questions about this. So I'm just enjoying the conversations that we are having, and
Yeah.
sometimes I don't look. I'm really new to this podcasting thing, and
Mhm.
I'm actively learning how to become better at podcasting.
Yeah.
So the person that I've had a episode with before, like last week,
Mhm.
she is someone that actually after the podcast we sat down and we talked about so many things that I have
Yeah.
that I maybe could change or do better in the next time, and I'm trying to implement them. And one of those things is actually just listening to what what the person in front of you is actually telling you, and
And
being
going
active,
from there.
going from there
Yeah.
indeed, and
Mhm.
forget about those questions. They will come
Mhm.
naturally, right?
Yeah, exactly.
um
It's actually a technique. I'm sorry I'm interrupting you.
no
It's a
problem.
technique called active listening, and,
I
it's
suck.
a
I suck
communication.
at it. I suck
Well,
at
the
it.
thing is, you can learn it because, when I was studying medicine, we had, a subject, like, you had to, like, do exams for it, which was just called communication.
Mm.
So, what we used to do there is we get, a little bit of theory, and it was always the same. It was always active listening and, a couple of, communication techniques. For example, reflective communication and stuff like that. For example, if you would be talking to someone and you'd see that they would get like a bit sad or something in their demeanor changes where they would get, oh crap, I'm hearing music. Sorry. That's weird. Oh, it's because my okay, never mind. Um or something there the meaning changes instead of like focusing on the questions. You could like just say like, hey, I'm seeing this right now in like, how does that make you feel? Like, you seem sad, like,
Hmm.
why do you seem sad? That's reflective communication. Active listening basically just means that you listen to someone, and whenever they say something that is like, oh, that's interesting, you just say, hey, let's go back to that. Like, you said something that triggered me, let's talk about it. That is active listening. And the problem sometimes when people are not interested in what someone is saying, you go over to passive listening. You're just
Mm.
like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And you just go through your questions. And it comes across as if you're very uninterested. Meanwhile, that could basically not be the case.
Mhm.
But active listening just is a skill that you can learn just by practicing a lot and by thinking about it a lot. That's why I always have to think actively. Don't talk. Don't talk. This person
Okay.
is talking.
Okay.
Just keep it in, because it's important. And a third thing that I think is very interesting in communication is being able to let a silent moment exist, just like I did now.
Mm.
Because people think you have to talk the entire time in order to keep the conversation going, but sometimes silence can be very powerful in the sense that both parties get to kind of organize their thoughts and then afterwards pick back up like, hey, okay, this is what I understood from the conversation. Are we on the same page and all of that? And those communication lessons were very valuable to me. I really learned a lot from them.
So basically, everything you say, and especially the last thing you said, silences are really important. That's true
Hmm.
because I've I've been giving lessons. Like I'm a teacher's assistant for a couple of years now, and
Hmm.
I teach kids. So I have to actively talk and actively listen to what they have to say, or else
Yeah.
or else I'm not gonna follow what they are gonna say and what they have to tell to me. For example, every Monday morning, I did have this talking session with the kids. So
Hmm.
kids would talk to me and tell me stuff about their weekend. So if I'm passively listening and not actively listening, I won't be able to ask questions upon what they said to me.
Hmm.
So this is something that really helped me. But also, especially the moments of silence, I think that's a wonderful tool to use in conversations.
Yeah, definitely.
I talk with cats, and cats is a really good friend of mine in the last.
I'm so sorry. I thought you said I talk with cats.
No, 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 cat.
Like, what is this converse going? I'm so sorry.
Get me
And
out
then
of
when you
here.
said you're a wonderful person, I was like, ah, okay.
Amazing.
Sorry.
No, I talk with. By the way, vice versa. Thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate you. You've like holy. Ah! It's amazing to see people coming back more often, and then all of a sudden they sub. But that means that sub is like, okay, this means something, right? This is not just a sub.
Yeah.
This means a lot. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So I talk with Kat, and she's a really good and great and wonderful person. And she's doing debates about religion, and I really support that because I'm on this journey myself as well. Um,
Mhm,
and I like she tells me that she struggles with debating, and I
mhm,
believe that I do find some parts that I could help her with that. And one part
mhm.
is indeed this silence moments in her speech.
Yeah.
So she's using a lot of the words and and that whenever she says those words, the last time I heard that, I just repeated her. And she was like, "Oh, stop." Yeah, but this is, this is what happens in the conversation. So
Yeah.
she immediately used the silences in her conversations, and that immediately helped her like
Mhm.
talking about the stuff that she is talking about. It's like
Yeah.
coming to senses and coming to your point much more quickly. I'm missing chat. Something is going on. I'm sorry. What's going on?
He talks to cats, dude. So everyone, sorry to exist for you. I'm so sorry. I talk to cats, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I ruined your stream now.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Uh, what is also, and I think it's very interesting because you said debate, and I'm just gonna jump a little bit on that
Mm.
because
Some
um,
active listening, huh?
exactly. But the thing about debating, which makes debating hard in communication, I think debating is one of the hardest parts of communication because when you debate a subject, it's basically two people standing not next to each other, but right in front of each other.
Yeah.
You have two ends of the spectrum, someone that agrees, someone that disagrees. And the reason why that is the hardest is because if you don't know how to communicate well, you are going to fall into the trap of defending yourself, you
No,
know?
I didn't
And
mean that. I didn't. I don't. I
and
meant this.
that's understand, and that's not what a debate should be about.
Yeah.
A debate should never be about trying to change someone's mind because that should never be. Oh crap! Sorry, my bunnies, my bunnies. One second. Internet cable. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
That's
It was
fine.
an emergency.
Are you okay?
I saw. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just saw my bunny like going through the internet cable. I was like, no, 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 no.
A bunny or Benny?
Bunny.
A bunny. You have bunnies in
I
your
have,
room?
I have four bunnies.
In your
Yeah, they
room?
they run around. Yeah, they run around, but the door is always closed. My cat like puts it open, and then I keep like one eye out for the bunnies, and they just came in and they start like nibbling. So I had to like save my cables.
I know. I know how like um how do I say this? I know how you feel. I have a bird, and the amount of love that a bunny has for cables, I think the same amount of love for cables it applies on birds. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Like, small sidestep, I once, had my brother over, my smaller brother, he's 14, and I told him, "Yeah, you can play with the cat and with the bunnies," and he did, and then we were going home, and I actually closed off the bunny cage, and he said he still wanted to pet a bunny. I was like, "Sure, pet it and then close off the cage."
Mhm.
He didn't close the cage because he thought, "Oh, they run around anyway, so we'll just leave the cage open." And I stayed with my parents for the weekend, and when I came home, my entire PC, every cable that ever existed in my house was gone. So I came home and it was like this cable fest and I cried. You guys, I never
Oh.
cried so much in my life. I was like, "No." Now my life's work is all gone. Everything is broken.
Bro,
Stupid pets.
why do I even have you?
So sad. You have no idea. But we managed to get, like, all of the cables, we rebought all of the cables, and I got to borrow some stuff from my friends and stuff. But, oh my god, that was a bad day. It was a really bad
But
day.
you don't want to get angry at your pet. You don't want to be like, "Ah, you can't
Oh,
do
I was
that," or
angry.
but you can't hit your pet. You can like, or you can't like shout at him. It won't understand you, right? It'd be like,
I don't understand me.
"Okay,
But
okay, human, but let me nibble some more and then I'll go."
I
Is it
didn't
right?
I didn't pet for a couple of days. I was just like, "You're getting food, and you get the run, and that's it." No human love.
And you show affection to me. That's all you do.
It was
Point, you know?
so sad.
Yeah, animals are amazing. They're amazing things to have. So I had this different microphone, and at some point I could see the inside of this cable of my microphone, the USB cable, and my bird always used to sit on the cable as well. And at some point, this part where the USB cable is connected in broke down.
Oh my
So
god.
I had to completely change my microphone. Well, which essentially is a good thing because now I can spend more money on a microphone. But it wasn't a nice thing because I genuinely like that microphone. So
Yeah.
yeah, boom is
No,
in.
I get it.
Boom.
And you know, I actually I'm not gonna talk about this, but I was making a point with debating and the whole communication. I wanted
Hmm.
to get to a point. I think every person that streams on Twitch benefits from knowing how communication works.
Exactly.
Because if you don't know how to talk, why do you want to be a Twitch streamer? Like,
Hmm.
you should learn how to talk, and you can do these things just by, like, for example, taking an improv class or anything like that, just to learn how to talk to yourself basically, but also talk to other people in chat in order for them to keep willing to be able to talk to you. I find this exceptionally difficult when I'm doing art because I'm like very concentrated on what I'm doing. And when chat is not going, I'm just like, "Yeah, whatever that means. That means I can finish this part." you know? But sometimes I'm just like, okay, now it's been quiet for a while. And I start talking and then someone starts typing. And it's basically like a dynamic that you constantly have to keep oiling. And the way that you oil that is just by communication.
Mm. Um, You triggered a question in my head, and this is wonderful because I'm actually actively thinking now. So this is I'm practicing while we're doing this podcast. Look at how amazing this is. So um, the thing is, I've started doing D&D recently.
Yeah.
I had my first session, and I'm in love with it. I'm in love with the character that I created, and I'm in love with the whole world that I'm
Okay.
diving into. So it's an amazing experience, but this also means that I can now tweet about this, right? I have something to Twitter
Yeah.
about because this is something that I'm really passionate about and I want to share this with the world.
Yeah.
So I shared this thing that I do D&D on Twitter and I immediately got reactions out of it. And usually when I Twitter something, nobody responds to it, right?
Mhm.
So this shows me that networking is also something that you have to be passionate about the stuff that you're sharing. If you're not
Yeah,
passionate
definitely.
about the stuff, then why bother, right? Am I correct to
You
think
have
like
to be
this or?
passionate. Yeah, you have to be passionate and vocal because if you're passionate about something, but you don't never post about it, people are not gonna know about it, you know?
Mhm.
So you have to be passionate and vocal, and in that way, people will come to you. So many times I've been like on stream and I've been talking about this medical stuff and then I tweet about it or I share like a snippet of the stream or anything like that. And people like message me like, hey, I'm actually contemplating, but I don't dare to because it's like, some people don't like to talk about their
Mhm.
problem. And, just getting that message like, hey, I saw it and I think it's great and I consider being part of that stream, it is super cool. And the thing that I struggle with sometimes is some people will not post on social media just because they're like, yeah, I don't look for attention, but it's not necessarily attention. It is more or less sharing what you're doing and finding like-minded people that are passionate about the same thing that you are.
Indeed.
So if you look at it that way, it's I think also much healthier because if you care about the amount of likes you get per tweet or whatever, you're gonna be very depressed.
Yeah. Thanks for telling me this. So I'm gonna try
I'm
to be.
sorry,
Thanks for opening
but
up my eyes.
it's true. Like, and me too. Like sometimes I post a picture that I think is cute and it gets like one like on Twitter. And I'm just like, okay, now I'm gonna post it to Instagram because I'll get more likes, you know? But it doesn't matter. It really
So,
doesn't
but this thing, what you create in your own mind is a down spiral, um, like down spiral thing that you're making because you're actually seeking for somebody else to tell you that what you are doing and that what you are liking to do is basically non-valid. Like you have to have validation for
matter.
something you're doing, but on the other hand, you like to do this. So why would you
Mhm.
ask somebody else for validation?
The thing is, I used to be like that, but I don't anymore. I feel that if I don't like what I'm doing, why would anyone else like it?
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I used to be like, "Oh, why does no one watch me play League or whatever?" And then like, "I like it, but like, why does no one else like it?" It's because I don't bring value. I know for sure right now that I bring value, and not every stream is going to be as valuable as any
Hmm.
other. That's just normal. But oh, sorry, my bunny
It's
again.
fine. Can you show your bunny? I'm interested. Maybe she didn't hear it. We're gonna ask again. Twitter over Instagram. I agree. Lintje, welkom bij de stream.
But but I have what's it called? I have learned this thing that I don't need to be loved by strangers. So I don't really care about the amount of likes I get on something or on a post or the amount of viewers I have necessarily. I also don't look at my view count. Um, what I value is when I do something and someone tells me, "Hey, the thing that you're doing is really cool and it helped me today. It taught me something or it made my day better or I feel better right now."
Hmm.
And it's not so much validation for myself as a person, but more or less like validation for the content that I'm creating.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
that brought value to someone, not being me, if that makes
It
sense.
makes sense, but how do you know without the person that you are making this content for? But you're not because let's be clear, right? Let's be honest.
Mhm.
We're not
Mhm.
streaming for ourselves, right? You're not
No,
opening the stream for only yourself.
no,
If that's the case, then you wouldn't be streaming.
definitely.
On like maybe you would be recording to watch it back, but you wouldn't be
Yeah,
streaming because streaming is something you do for somebody else.
yeah,
All right.
exactly.
So what if that person that you're streaming for isn't giving you that validation, but is benefiting from that content that you make? This is something
Once they benefit and they consume the content I create, I have won. I mean, that comes across like it, but that means that I have succeeded in my intention, being making a difference for someone. The thing is, like, when you create content, the vast majority of people that are going to consume your content are going to be people that benefit from it without giving you anything in return. And you have to be fine with that, you know?
Mm,
Because you can't expect everyone in your chat to be a subscriber. You can't expect anyone in your chat to give you donations. You can't expect stuff like that. The least I can expect for someone is to watch my stream, and if they want to, they can interact in chat. But I can't control what someone else does. The only thing I can control is me and my content and what I do. And I can strive to be better and I can strive to bring more entertaining stuff and more features and fun content ideas in order to
yeah.
entertain the. But you gotta be fine with the fact that you're not gonna get anything in return for that, except for a fun time with people that watch you. And if you get a couple of subscribers out of that, great. If you don't, that sucks. That honestly sucks sometimes. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh, I love it when I never get subscribers. Like I get subscribers and that is nice and exciting and fun and it makes it possible for me to do more for the
Hmm.
stream.
Hmm.
But I need to deserve that sub.
All right, but how do you know that people like? Um, I think I got an answer, but not the answer on the question that I was actually asking because
Mhm.
so people are benefiting from your stream. That's perfectly fine. right?
Yeah.
They're benefiting from your stream. I know they're benefiting because they're interacting with you. But
Yeah.
even if they are not interacting with you, that could still mean that they're benefiting. That's just,
Definitely.
not actively on the
Yeah.
keyboard.
Working or
So
something. Yeah.
we both agree on that point. That's absolutely fine. And I think this is the right way to think about people watching you, right? Only people
Mhm.
watching you. So, but what if you don't know if that person is benefiting from it? How would you know if that person is not telling you? How would you know that the thing that you are doing is the exact thing that they need in order for them to validate your content? Do you
If
know?
they keep on coming back. If they come back and they follow, they're part of my Discord community or anything like that, or if they're there, they value the content. You have people that only perma lurk, just never type in chat, but just are always there.
Mhm.
They don't have to say anything for me to know that these people care about the content. Otherwise, why would they lurk all the time?
I don't know. It's something for their own. That's something that they can decide. But
Yeah.
um, that could be something that you are not providing, or that's not your main goal for that stream. You know what I'm sure?
No, definitely not. I think if you're like 100% honest, like of course you'd always want like a full-blown chat and you want people to talk and be like, "I agree. I love you. I love your content," and all of that. And the thing like this is something that I got from medicine, which I'm gonna say is a lot of people get burnout in medicine because they feel like they're not validated. They feel like people don't acknowledge all of the hard work that went into becoming a doctor.
Mm,
They don't acknowledge all of the amounts of hours that you're working to solve a case, and they're complaining that they only saw you in the morning and then never again because you were working so hard on that case,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know? And then on top of that, the supervisors give you slack for not finishing your administration in time or whatever.
Mm,
So why would you still do medicine if no one is saying giving you a pat on the back and being like, "Hey, good job. Good, you're doing great." No, like if I would be like that, I would have it burn out like I think the first year I started doing medicine. My first 24-hour shit, I would have been like, "Yeah, F this, we're not gonna do it again."
indeed.
Um, but I give myself that pat on the shoulder. I say, "Hey,
Based on what? Based on what?
based on results. If I see a patient and I'm like, "Hey, I think you have this. I give you medication. If it doesn't get better, come back." And they don't come back and everything is fine, I did a good job. If I saw a sick patient and I said, "Okay, you're gonna stay in the hospital, we're gonna give you medication, blah, blah, blah," and that patient got better, I did a good job.
Mhm.
If I solved the case and I know for sure this patient has this and like the patient gets better, I did something good. If I do a stream, for example, and I feel genuinely happy with the content that I have brought out. People were active in chat, people were watching me. This you can have an active chat with 10 viewers. It doesn't have to be 50 viewers, okay?
True.
I had I when I do art streams, I get 50 viewers sometimes. I don't know where they come from. They don't type in chat and it's like, "Okay, fine. I have 50 people watching me, but
No interaction.
it's like, I mean, I made a nice painting, but,
Yeah.
like, you know, that then that nice painting for me is worth it. You know what I mean? When
Yes.
I look at the painting, I'm like, "Whoa, I did this." When I look at the painting, I'm like, "Whoa, I did that." I did that on stream. I shared that journey with the people, and we had nice conversations in between.
Mm.
I don't remember how many subs I got with doing this painting. I
Mhm.
just did it, and if I got a sub, great. If I didn't, yeah, I mean, you
That's
can't
fine.
force people to do that for you.
So how do you give I understand this point, and I want to
Yeah,
take this point that you made back to
yeah,
streaming. So how do you pat yourself on the back when you stop streaming?
that's
Basically,
hard.
basically by what you said is by looking at the result. So how many
Yeah.
people watched, how many conversations that I had compared to how many people watched maybe, or how did I feel about the stream, or so how do you give yourself a pat on the back because nobody else is going to do it?
No, that's true. I think that one is very difficult because it fluctuates a lot. I have a lot of times where I stream where I have genuinely a lot of fun on the stream, and then afterwards when I like look at my analytics, I'm like, "Holy shit, it was actually really bad." You know what I mean? Like you go back and you see like 14 average viewers, really? Like my chat was very active. I mean, lots of people were playing. Like, how is that possible?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't, and
Doesn't add
you
up.
somehow it doesn't add up. And then somehow you get clouded by like that number, which is your average view count. Or for example, what I also have sometimes is that it starts up very slow. And at the end of my stream, I will have like 50 viewers and I'll be like, yeah, well, all right, now I need to go to sleep. Thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it is a mind game. I think streaming and numbers, and I think also any social media, numbers is a mind game. And the ones who win are the ones that use their numbers, but don't let it define what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's that's
Let's
that's
just say
great.
I would
That's great.
yeah, let's just say I would be, streaming a game for a month straight, and my average view count would be 4. Yeah, I should not be streaming that game because it's obviously not working.
Well, for you it's not
Oh,
working, but for somebody that just started streaming might work. So why is it
yeah,
not work? Why is it
definitely, but
why is it not working for you?
because I would have come from a higher view count and people that would be way more interested in my content. And if I would turn it all around, people would be like, no, I don't like this. And continuously doing the same thing that doesn't work, people are going to forget about you. You're on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're in TikTok times where you need to grab someone's attention in the first second, or they're just going to be like, bye.
Bye bye. Yeah.
You know, and that is like what you're dealing with. And when you understand the audience, it's way easier to try and grab their attention. And I think the perfect formula is when you do it whilst doing something that you like.
Mm. I want to take you to a place where
Far away.
yeah,
No,
no, no.
take me to Corona
Wait, I start. This is something I would say to somebody. No, anyways, don't want. Look, I wrote two questions. First, let me handle those two questions, and then I'm gonna take you to a place where I struggle and where I find struggle and where I can't decide how to handle this because somehow you
Okay,
seem to be able to do this, and I want to learn this from you. I
okay,
hope you're gonna give it to me for free.
I will.
Anyways,
How much should we charge him, chat? Please tell me. How much I see you have 50 gifted subs here. Let's just say give me 50 back and that's all fine. Let me talk numbers here.
yeah, talking about subs, Bertu, thanks for the sub, and Tony, thanks for the sub as well. Today has been crazy already, and I don't know where this is coming from. Guys, you are amazing. I love you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, two questions. So, those two sentences that I wrote are connected to each other. Don't want to be liked by strangers is something that you said actually, and I'm taking this out of context, but it's in a positive way, right? So you don't have to be liked by somebody that just comes in, and you need to have that person liking you, or else this whole stream is a disaster.
Yeah,
So, all
yeah,
right, perfect. But how do you connect with people you already know? And so the people that already like you, how do you um how do you turn away from the idea I don't want to be liked by people that don't know me.
mhm,
I don't need that validation,
mhm.
but do you need the validation from the people that are around you in a Discord, or is that something that's just natural, you know?
I think I'm not the type of person that needs to hear every single day, "Oh, you're so great, and I love you, and you're so amazing." And actually, that annoys me a bit, but that's just me, because I think I genuinely think if someone watches my stream and interacts with me and sometimes like maybe joins a movie night or something like that on my Discord, it means they like my stream and they like me because why else would they do that? I don't need to hear my queen like I love you. I'm just like no, like no, I have a boyfriend and all of that. You don't need to love me.
Mhm.
You need
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
like the community.
Indeed.
Um, so in a sense, I feel like when there is interaction, there is interest. And for me, I am very close to my viewers in a sense that I have no problem opening myself up and talking about myself and my struggles. And we also get very personal on my streams because every single stream there is a topic that we talk about. I always have it in my title. For example, what is your biggest insecurity? How do you deal with that? That was the title of today, for
Mhm.
example. So people join in and actually share something very intimate that they may have been struggling with their entire life. And how I react to that is how they will perceive me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if someone comes in and they're like, "Oh, I've been fat my entire life," and if my reaction would be, "Then stop eating freaking McDonald's," they're gonna be like, "Holy, whoa, insensitive."
Bye
You know
bye.
what I mean?
Yeah. Indeed.
Bye. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But if I would be like, "Oh, like, tell me about it. Why do you think you're fat? Like, what's your BMI? Have you ever tried something?" You have to show interest in people in order for them to be willing to show interest in you.
Hmm. I see.
And once you have done that on your stream, you build up trust. Content creation, streaming, building a community, it's built upon trust. And if your viewers can't trust you, then
What's the point?
what are you what's the point? Yeah, exactly. Like, what's the point? Like, imagine if I would be like this person that would only care about money. Let's just say I stream because I want freaking subs and I want you to donate 1,000 euro to me every single month. So I don't know, I can buy like Chanel bags or something. Let's say I was shallow like that. Okay. Once your motivation
Would be great though.
it would be amazing. Yeah. I mean, I'll share pictures of my Chanel bags with you guys. That will be content, I swear. Anyway, I'll make it pink because, like, my setup is pink. Anyways.
All right.
Anyways, the point is, once your intentions are bad or shallow or anything like that, a lot of it is gonna be clouded. I have known streamers that did this to people that were genuinely poisoning their community with bad behavior, problematic behavior, sometimes even sexually misbehaving towards other female girls
Hmm.
in their discords just because they were donators or subgifters
Oh
or
yeah.
anything, just for the money. And one like those things, they will come out. They will come, like, no matter how
This will
much you try
happen.
to hide it, they will come back to bite you in the ass. Look at all of the big people on YouTube right now. Drama commentators, they're feasting on them. They're just like, "Ah, another one," you
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
Like, everything will come back to you. So if you build your community upon bad behavior, trolling, freaking being
Toxic.
shallow
Yeah.
as F, toxic,
Toxic.
money grabbing, that will come back to bite you in the ass, and that's not the kind of content creator you wanna be because you don't get younger with the years, you get older.
That's true.
And when you get older, you're gonna regret what you were doing before. Look at Alinity. She did some really bad stuff on her stream, and she realized that she didn't want to be this drama streamer. She realized that she didn't want that. She didn't want to own this whole idea that was put on her being like a drama
Mm.
streamer. She cried to Devin Nash, "Please redeem me. Please redeem me." Because she just didn't want to be that person that people were portraying her to be.
Well, is that because she started off on this path and slowly wanted to change and realized that being able to make this change, I need to have a break?
No, I don't really know her intentions. I followed the drama a little bit because I thought it was interesting and I thought I could learn from it. But I just think if your intentions are pure and you try to be transparent with your community, they will give that back to you. If someone would come to me tomorrow and be like, "Hey, this person in Discord is annoying me," the first thing I do is talk to that person and be like, "Hey, what's up? This is the message I got. Can you prove like what's going on? Yes or no?" And if that person can't give me a good answer, I don't care if they've gifted me 100 subs. You're gone.
Hmm.
Like, easy. I'm not gonna let someone poison my community just because they have supported it.
This is what you were mentioning right now. I have made that mistake in the past, and it's not
I
about
think
like,
everyone
yeah, and this is something I can recall on. This is true what you're saying, and I totally agree with you on this. And I hope never to make this mistake ever again.
No, I
um,
like I had this guy in my channel. God, every single time I saw him, I was like, "Oh, I need to get rid of it. Like, he just needs to make a mistake. He just needs to make a mistake." But honestly, I think once you feel that, you should address it to that person first and be like, "Hey, things that you're doing are making me uncomfortable. Can you fix it or stop doing them?" And if they're incapable of doing them, just get rid of them. That's the best thing you can do.
yeah, but this goes against the nature of being a streamer, right? In some way, as
It goes
everybody should
against.
be welcome.
No, no, no. This is your house.
Mm.
Your stream is your house. And if someone comes in and the first thing they ask is, can you say blah, 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 blah in some language that you don't know? No, I'm not going to say that. And I will tell you, no, I'm not. I'm only speaking English on my stream.
Yeah.
And if they keep disrespecting you, I don't care what they could say freaking I love you in Chinese, dude. I don't care. If they disrespect you as a streamer and your community and what you're trying to build, ban them.
All right.
There is n there are how many Twitch users are there? 36 million? That one person, they're not like, if they start out trolling, they're not gonna be anything, they're not gonna amount to anything. Like, I had today, actually a day where I had a couple of trolls on my stream. I don't know why, they just, like, came, and, they were so annoying, but it took me some time to ban them because I was busy with the drawing. And you can just feel they poisoned the chat. People are just like, what is this? Doesn't belong
Mm-hmm.
here. Like, just go away. We tried to ignore him, but he kept on asking. The question is, does size matter? Like, what the fuck, dude? Go to Twitter. Go to like freaking 14-year-old Twitter. Ask that question there. I mean, you know what I mean? And it just keeps on going. And it affects your mood. The people that are watching you are like, okay, let's click out because the streamer is not like doing anything against it, and you lose on it. Why do you let them win? Ban them.
Yeah, I
Easy.
see. Um, the reason why I'm selling this is because there are um, occasions where those trolls turned around and just became really good friends with. So I'm like, in general, you would say ban them, right? But it is possible that they will turn around, but you cannot assume that.
I know, I
You,
know, I get that, but I wouldn't like to be friends with someone like I get that. I get that. I really do get that, and they can be genuinely nice, but maybe they're still doing that to other streamers, and that's uncool.
mm,
That's not like, I don't wanna be friends with someone that I know and is in my chat super friendly and super nice, but then, like, the biggest troll on someone else's channel, like, that's just weird. Like, why would someone do that? I know that different channels have different audiences, and some channels have a little bit more trolly audience than
yeah.
the other, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfectly fine. If you guys wanna spam Pepega in chat, do that, by all means. But, um I cannot stand behind someone that comes into a stream and is like, wiggle your toes because I have like some foot fetish or whatever. I'm not gonna be like, ha. Sometimes I can make a joke about it, but like, I'm not gonna be like, yay, great, come join my Discord community.
No.
No, stay away. Like, and, like, because if they misbehave towards me, they can't respect the stream. I don't want them in my community. I'm very strict with this. I know a lot of people do a 24-hour time ban in order to save it, like, what if these people come back?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't believe in that.
No, me neither. Like, if you messed up, you messed up. Like, you had this one
Yeah,
chance. It's like an interview you have, like in no, 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 not an interview, but this job interview, right? So
yeah,
you're going to this boss and you're sitting in front of him, and if you mess that up, you messed it up. Like, if you come in your shorts instead of a nice
mhm,
dress,
mhm,
you messed it up. Like, you
mhm,
behave the first moment. Later on, you can maybe try to make a joke,
mhm.
and not be a pervert. That's not what I'm saying. Try to
Yeah,
make a joke, but you will feel if that joke is appropriate in that moment. But at first,
yeah,
you just show that you're a nice person and you come in peace. All right, that's. I think we both agree on this. It's.
yeah, and I think obviously when you're streaming and you're a female, you're always gonna get like equal, whatever, you know. If someone makes a joke, someone comes in into my chat and they write like a really witty pickup line. I don't know, like someone asked me if I wanted to be like the Hakuna to their Matata or whatever. You know, I can laugh with that. It's funny. You don't have to take yourself too serious. But if
Mm-hmm.
someone joins into the stream and they just put like a spam message of like boobs or whatever, you're just like, yeah. I
Never mind.
mean,
Yeah, that.
yeah, just ban it, get rid of it. Like my mods are so good, they just ban it before I even see it. Sometimes I have to click the message like, what did he
Yeah,
say?
yeah, 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 yeah. I know that one.
Oh. You know you know, and I think that is also one of I think there are 2 reasons why I'm so proud of my community. Is first because we have a zero tolerance policy, and second, is because of the way everyone is behaving and the topics that we discuss on stream.
Mm-hmm.
It like trolls, people that are just like coming into your chat and be like, "You're bad at League," you know, they don't exist because Devin Nash once said something about it. He said, do you expect when you're like somewhere on a social occasion and everyone is wearing nice clothes and they're talking sophisticated about a
Mm-hmm.
certain topic and everyone exchanging their opinion, do you expect some troll like jumping in there and be like, haha, the big guy, haha? They said like, no, because that doesn't fit the environment.
Yeah.
And that's how we need to look at your stream. Your stream is an environment that you create. It's your event that people go to. And it doesn't mean that it has to be boring all the time. I roast Ilya, I tell him he's bad at League, and that's all fine.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a time and a place for that.
So what would you do? What would you tell somebody that has a environment, right? Let's
Mhm.
say, and wants to bring this environment to somewhere else, but he knows that this environment is not something that he can bring with him, so he just doesn't
Yeah,
do it. So he just doesn't do it anyway. So he just
yeah.
stays in that environment, not being able to change the environment, knowing that that environment is not going to benefit him in the long term.
Hmm. I would say that the long term would probably be non-existent because if you're having doubts about what you're doing, the chances that you're gonna continue what you're doing 1 year from now or 2 years from now is probably 0. This is the reason why people stop streaming so often.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they get burned out, because they can't do the things that they wanna do. They don't see the growth that they wanna see, and they're having a troll chat. Meanwhile, they wanna move towards something more valuable, for example. And that's why people stop. And I think stopping is the best thing to do. Stop, rebrand, and start over.
This is something indeed. This is something I did recently, because I was always a streamer that was okay with um,
Banter.
banter, trolling, because I was in that same mindset. I was just laughing with friends, having fun. But what I realized is, in the long term, no one new came into the stream. Like I didn't make any new friends. It was always
Mhm.
just that this group, and it's
Yeah.
because this group set the environment that nobody else is like feeling invited to.
Yeah.
And this
Mhm.
this 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 annoyed me a little bit, and this is the reason why I said, like, okay, I am a streamer, I want to continue streaming, but I also like these guys, so I'm going to separate these guys from my stream, and I'm going to start building on something that I can be doing without these friends, because they are still
Yeah.
friends, right?
Mhm.
And this helped me a lot. This is also the reason why you are sitting here, for example, right? So this is a great example why I'm doing the podcast. So this is the reason why you were sitting here, so to say, in the if you connect it to each other.
Yeah.
So again, what you're saying is absolutely true, and I truly think this is a great thing to experience as a streamer.
Yeah. And when you I think you need to have a breakdown about your content in order to become a better streamer. Because if you do the same thing that you started out doing when you started streaming, like, okay, there are two groups. You have a group of people that started streaming and they watched every Ashley Christ video there is. They watched every Harris Heller video there is. They watched all the TikTok advice there is, and they've really come up with a plan. And they maybe have already established social media somewhere. Those are not the people I talk about. I talk about people that are like, I've been streaming for 3 years and I only get one average viewer.
Hmm.
How do you get affiliate? Help me get affiliate. These people, like, if you do, like, if you start streaming and you have an idea how it kind of works, but not entirely, and you don't have a moment where you're just like, oh shit, I need to rebrand, or I need to do
Hmm.
things
Hmm.
differently or better. you,
You're not
you're
going to
never
grow.
gonna grow.
You're not going to grow,
Yeah.
indeed. So let's talk about the people that are kind of there for their own sake. So, for example, I really enjoy the place where I am right now. If it comes down to my Twitch career, so to say, right?
Mhm.
I'm really happy about it, and I wouldn't change it for anything. But this doesn't mean that I wouldn't change this, right? This concept in about 5 years, so to say.
Yeah.
Maybe in 5 years.
5 years, even say in probably in 2 months from now or 3 months, it
Of
will look different.
For example, you never know. But let's assume for the long term, let's say 5 years, because in 5 years, if I look back 5 years, I'm a totally different person. Like
Yeah.
I look at myself and I'm like, wait, this is really me, right? This is me that's sitting there. Right? I will call my brother and ask, like, this is this me? You know, is this me? Is that so? Let's say in 5 years. So, but this change is good.
Mhm.
But if we take this change to people like you and me, right,
Mhm.
we can say that we are not this one average streamer because we're not anymore.
Definitely.
We're not anymore, and this is not something to brag about, but this is also not something to make ourselves that this small content creator that's not reaching
I
anyone.
mean,
But
exactly. Yeah.
so my question is, how would you say that you and I, should um, network with other streamers that are
Mhm.
likewise like us? How do we find those people?
Yeah. I think that's a very difficult question. I stopped networking for a while. I think right now for a good solid 3 months because of a very like I just had a bad experience
Hmm.
with someone and I just was just like, okay,
Hmm.
no,
Never
I
again.
don't not doing it anymore because first of all, I needed to be okay with where my content was, which is what I am right now. I'm 100% happy with where my content is right now. And the way I try to do it is I'm on Twitter. I look for people that I like whenever they tweet about something interesting or so. I'm just like, oh, I'll check their content out. Um, I try to do these little things that I'm doing right now with you on a podcast or on someone else's podcast. And if I see like, oh, they invited really cool streamers, I'll go check them out and interact with them on Twitter first. And then I will try to interact with them on Instagram. And when it clicks on Instagram, that's where I will go on their Twitch stream because I will have already put out like myself as a content creator, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
On Twitter and on Instagram, because if they follow me there, they know that I am a Twitch streamer. And it is not as hard to show up to their Twitch stream and then be like, hey, I'm here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Because if you start out on Twitch first, it's really hard to get rid of that viewer mark
yeah,
that you
yeah, yeah,
have.
yeah. I get what you're saying.
You're a viewer and you're a streamer, but you're smaller, so no. You know what I mean?
For
So
example, for example,
right the other way
yeah, yeah. For example, just to give you an example, what was the name of the sweet lady? Oh, the little Z. I
around. Oh, yeah,
thought,
yeah, yeah.
look, I thought she was just a viewer, right?
Yeah.
But if you hadn't pointed out that she's also a streamer, I would have never known. Like,
No, unless she would said like, "Oh, right now I'm off the stream."
yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's so that no, but you don't do that.
No, she never does that. She never like, I'm so sorry, she never does that. She's amazing.
Yeah, but what do you say to that? What do you say to that person? Like, enjoy your stream. So you're acknowledging the stuff that you're acknowledging the sellout mode that person went into, right?
I have people in my Discord that never watch my stream and just spam their links there, and I'm just like, "Yeah, well, no one's gonna watch you anyways." Okay, that sounds really mean,
Yeah,
but,
but
like,
that is how it is.
you're not part of the community, why would anyone watch you? Although, like, some other people that are part of the community, when they put their link there, people are gonna check them out, you know, because they're part of the community.
Hmm.
It's
So
different.
networking, community, we can all connect this back to actually talking with each other, like getting to
Yeah,
know each other, like a deeper
it's a
connection. That's
deeper connection.
deeper connection indeed.
And, you know, I had this thing with 2 streamers that I used one streamer we like, me and my boyfriend, we kinda watched for jokes, kinda like,
Hmm.
because it was just she was, like, not really a booby streamer, but then a booby streamer, you know, and she would, like she would always wear, like, such tight clothes, and she would wear just like, she would play Just Dance in it, and it was just very funny to watch.
Mm.
So, every time she was playing Just Dance, my boyfriend, like, linked me. He was like, "Oh, she's dancing right now," and then we would watch it. And, you know, the thing is, this person is actually very interesting, and she's very smart because she's a lawyer, and, sometimes I would listen to her just chatting streams, and she was interesting. I don't know, I liked her. So even though she had like the side that I would never ever do myself, but still, because she had a thing like a deeper connection, I watched her over the last 7 years
Hmm.
and she always saw me as a viewer and not as a streamer. But then
Oh,
at some she followed me on Instagram and I don't really know why. And I was just like, "Holy shit, she followed me." Like, he was a partnered streamer with, like, I don't know, 50K followers or so. I was, like, "Oh, no." And she started interacting with me. Right now she sends me TikToks and she talks to me all the time. And like she just messaged me saying like that she wants to send me something. And I never thought that we would ever connect this way. But it's just because I genuinely liked her content. Same with another streamer that I've adored her. Like she was my biggest like I want to be like clumsy. I
Yeah,
want to be like clumsy. And she would never acknowledge me whenever I was in her stream. Never, ever, ever. Until one day she followed me back on Instagram. Instagram is where you have to be. And we started talking, and right now every week we have Discord chats.
that's
I mean,
amazing.
that's how it goes, and you don't have to be besties with everyone that you follow on Twitch, you don't. But when the time comes there, it's just like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And like, "I have a problem, can you help me?" or something like that. Like a technical issue, or if you have a question about content creation, or if you're just like, "Hey, could you give me some feedback?" That's also fine. It doesn't have to be this deep rooted friendship all the time.
Can you tell me
Um,
about your ancestors stuff? You know
yeah,
that you don't
but
need.
it's go a step further than thinking networking is only about rating and subscribing to a stream.
Yeah, it's
Because you can network with someone without them ever rating you.
true. That's
What if
correct.
you don't stream at the same times? What if they stream in the morning and I stream in the evening? How are they gonna rate me? They're not gonna happen.
No, never.
Well, how
Um,
many people in a raid will stick to your stream?
None.
Exactly. They just all again.
I believe that rating somebody else benefits the person that raids more than the person that has been rated.
Yeah,
My
some
personal belief. I don't know how you think about this.
definitely, because you put your name out there. That's kinda like how I do it sometimes when I really like someone and I'm like, "Ah, they're kinda like around the same view count as I am, and I like their content," and, I talk to them on Twitter and on Instagram. That's when I will rate them. I won't, like, go to a channel that I've never been before and rate them because they're just gonna be like, "Oh, who are you?" And then, I don't know, it feels like that never really works out.
Okay. So I should stop asking people after the talk show like, "Hey, tell me who I should rate?" Because that's
No,
something I do because
no,
you are
I
about
think
to choose who we're going to rate.
but I think that is cool because that's an incentive for your viewers, you
Mhm.
know?
Mhm.
It is not so much you looking for, like, I don't know, someone down the list that has 20 viewers that you can raid or someone that has, like, 10K viewers or so, no. It is your chat that is like, "Oh, we get a little bit of power on the stream. We're gonna decide where the raid goes." And that can be very cool because if they put it towards someone that they're friends with, for example, or someone that they genuinely like or that they're active in their community, that actually works a lot because then they're gonna be, "Oh, this person actually is part of my community. They're part of that community. That person must be great then."
Mhm.
And sometimes you can lay a connection that way. So I think that's actually really smart.
All right. But do you know how we're going to or who we're going to rate in a bit?
No?
No? All right. We're going to go in a break in a bit. Maybe now. I think this is a great moment to go in a break. Small break, couple minutes, and then we'll come back. But before we go into a break, are there questions for me or for ItsAmarantha or Ness, so to say? I never
Oh,
know.
wait, there are a couple of questions.
Yeah, so if there are more questions, we're going to go over them and then we're going to go into a small break.
Um,
Um,
always asking something. What's the number one advice you give when it comes to networking, in your opinion, or the biggest mistake you made that you learned from? I think you know the biggest mistake. um, I think um, the best advice that I can give someone is when you network, don't expect anything in return. Because when you start expecting things in return, that's where you'll be disappointed. That's the best advice I can give you. If you expect the benefit viewership wise, subscriber wise, or anything else from networking, you're doing it wrong and that's not going to work. So that's my best advice. Um the biggest mistake I made is uh huh, um it's hard because I don't want to say trusting people because I think trusting people is not a mistake, but actually a a prop that you have. It's something good that you have that you can trust people. But I think my biggest mistake is not speaking out whenever I felt something fishy was going on. I should have spoken out.
Mm.
And I think you should do that whenever you feel someone is having expectations that you cannot deliver, or whenever there is something wrong in your relationship to anyone, you have to talk about it. And if that means that the other person is going to get angry with you and block you, then that's fine. And that should be it.
You've done your job. You've done your
Yeah,
part, right?
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Okay. Vice versa is saying being a teacher or a doctor, both professions have the high risk of getting a burnout. So when you give more energy to when you give more energy than you receive, the balance is gone. It sneaks up on you before you know it.
Uh, that's true. That's definitely true. Um, I have a very tight schedule. Like every minute in my life counts.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I know.
I work 60 hours per week. Okay. That's what I do full time, my job. And I cannot work less because if I work less, they will kick me out of the program. So I have to work 60 hours per week.
Damn.
And next that 60 hours, I stream 30 hours per week as well, sometimes even more. And it comes a little bit back to the willingness to grow, which is always there. Will you want to grow as a content creator? Because why else are you streaming 30 hours, posting 3 to 5 times per day actually on TikTok, making freaking Twitter posts all the time, Instagram posts daily? Why are you doing that if you don't want to grow? Okay? So there's a lot of effort that you put into content
Hmm.
creation, and not all that effort is coming back.
No, true.
It's not. If I would get paid for what I'm doing right now, probably putting more effort into my content creation job than I'm doing in my real job, which is really weird when you come to think of that, but that's actually true. Um, so you have to be kind of okay a little bit with that this balance, and I think in the end it's a little bit of finding a balance between what you're giving and what you're expecting. If you expect to get as much as you're giving to content creation, you are bound to get a burnout. Same with medicine. If you expect to have everyone patting you on the back and like standing there clapping, like, good job, doctor, you figured out it was an infection. Thank you for giving me antibiotics. Like, it's not going to happen. That
That's your
like that
job.
is the,
No, you did-
that's your job. And that's what you have to do. That's why you get paid. For me, it's that's what I have to do in order to get people to watch my stream and to interact with me as a person and like me as a content creator
Do you,
and as a person.
do you think that there is a difference between a streamer that is not doing this for a job, right? And something you do as a job. So, for example, you're getting paid to be a doctor, but you're not being paid to be a streamer. What's the
Mhm.
biggest difference there, do you think?
I think the biggest difference is passion. I think a lot of people that want to stream and want to succeed will do it with as much passion, maybe even more than in their paid job.
Hmm.
And I think if you do content creation as your full-time job, the stakes are even higher. For me, if I stream and I get 0 subs, I'll still be able to go to the store and buy freaking Häagen-Dazs ice cream and
Yeah.
do it, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if streaming was my full-time job and I wouldn't get any subscribers, and it's like almost the end of the month and I'm like at 35 subscribers and no one's donating, I mean, that's where I'm gonna start stressing.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's so fickle. One day, like 1 month you can have 100 subs and 1 month no Twitch payout. Happens.
So, unless you're like somebody that has like 30,000 viewers and I don't know, 10,000 subscriptions, it's it's gonna be hard. Right? So it's you're always gonna live with this fear of not knowing until what's gonna happen next month.
I think you have to. This is a trap a lot of streamers fall into, okay? They get partnered, they get a lot of support, and they're like, this is a time where we go full time. And they stop innovating. They stop creating content outside of Twitch because they think they've made it in some way. But people's attention spans are very, very, very slow. I will have someone not come into my stream for maybe 2 or 3 months, and they'll be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, life came into the way, and right now I'm here. Here, have my sub." but that person didn't subscribe for like 3 months before. It's no problem, obviously.
Hmm.
But if you're a streamer for that has a big size audience and something like Corona happens and half of your audience can't subscribe to you anymore because they don't have the means anymore, you're going to lose out on your income. And these are difficult times, and you don't really have a lot of skills in order to be able to find a job for yourself. There are people that have diplomas, that have whatever, like things to say for themselves, and they can't find jobs right now, you know?
Indeed.
So it's it's very difficult. You always have to create content outside of Twitch and monetize it and keep striving like to go forward and forward and forward. And the most important thing is not rely on the money in the pocket of your viewer for you to be able to make money. If you're a streamer that can go full time, like, you should have partnerships. There's, like you should have paid partnerships. That's my opinion.
Yes.
Otherwise, you can't go full time. You can't.
And the thing is, when you look around and you see these full-time streamers, most of them have partnerships. They can't
Mhm,
rely on subs only. This is a totally different subject that we're going on to, but I think this is something that's really important.
mhm.
Um, and then I think we established the point that you cannot rely on your
No,
viewer to live a happy life if it comes down to financial stuff.
exactly. Like, as a small streamer, of course, you need your subscriber money and you need donation money in order to innovate a bit and like, I don't know, like, make the stream look better, get a nice camera, whatever, you know? But when you're at that point where you have everything and, you can go full time, it is very dangerous to put all of your income solely and only in something you cannot control.
Hmm. I see. Amazing. So,
Oh, sorry. You think about that question, my bunny.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Take your time. 007 wants me to do a handstand. I'm so sorry. 007, like, podcasts are not handstand moments. What you could do is spend your points into the giveaway that is almost accomplished. Like, we need 4K more points. Guys, if you can get those 4K points, I will be able to do this giveaway thing. Maybe ItsAmarantha, you can spend your points as well. It's like 3K
I've
now.
been watching this stream. I have like freaking 300 points. How is that possible?
Spend them, please. So you click on the purple thing in the bottom, and then you spend your
No,
points.
take all my points.
Thank you so much. You have helped me because I've made this 150K. It's way too much. I learned this. Next time I'm gonna make this
No, no,
less.
no, 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 no. You have to make it a lot. Trust me. I did like this thing where I wanted to do like a cosplay, but I had to save up a little bit of money for it, and I mistyped 10, and they got it like in one day, and it was like, okay, right now you do the cosplay. It's like, wait,
Ah, no, this is something that was gonna build up, and I know. Okay,
no.
but
Give it
yeah,
time. It
yeah, yeah.
needs to be special.
I know, but I was about like, okay, we're gonna do this thing maybe once every 1.5 months, 1 month. Like,
Mhm.
for example, for those who are interested, some sellout mode here. I'm using this keyboard, this Bluetooth keyboard. I
Okay.
find it really amazing. I'm using it right now, for example, for the stream to type in stuff because this other keyboard is really big and it makes a lot of noise. To get
Yeah.
so it's not functional. Sometimes I'm just sitting like leaning back and I have this thing on my lap and
Oh,
whatever.
that's so nice.
There's this gap where you can put your phone in. Like, you can. I'm using this for my phone even. Like, for my
Mhm.
phone, I'm writing a lot of stuff. Um, and I was like, okay, I need something that I can use not on this computer, for example. And like, I'm moving a
Yeah.
lot. I need to be able to write whenever, wherever. Sometimes I take this thing to school. I'm using this at school. So it's really useful. So I'm like, okay, this is useful for me. I want other people to benefit from this concept that I benefit from as well.
Mhm.
That's why I'm giving this away. Also, you're seeing these plates behind me, right?
Those are displays.
Indeed, you know them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know them. I love them. I actually love them, and they're beautiful. And I'm giving
Mhm.
one away as well, so people can choose now, right? And I have this amazing vibe about this. So this is why I'm doing it. But
Yeah.
150K, that was a little bit too much. I've learned from it. It's okay. It's okay.
97%, what are you saying? 99%. Oh my, you should give yourself some more credit. What are you saying?
Yeah, I know. Anyways, thank you guys for doing this. But let's see, 007. I will do the handstands in the next stream. You don't have to pay any points. I will do it. I'm sorry. Um all right. Any questions? Question for Burak. What do you feel toward kids that piss you off in school?
I love that question.
um no, I can joke about this all I want, but I remember this group, 6 kids in one group, 6 kids. Just imagine one group, 6 kids. You would imagine that you could handle these 6 kids with ease because classes nowadays are like maybe around 20 or 25 or 30 people. So 6 kids, right? And I had to take these six kids to a different room and I had to teach them this subject. It's not really important what the subject is, but they weren't listening to me. Like, not at all.
I'm so sorry. I got a disturbing message. I was just like, "What is this?" But I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
I'm so sorry. I like that's so disrespectful. I'm so
You need
sorry.
to go.
No, 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 no. No, I have this aunt, and she is begging me to make her homework for her, but it's she has to read a paper of 150 pages in English
Hmm.
about some Islamic thingy, and she's like, "I can't read English. Can you, like, write a resume for it?" It's like 150 pages,
What?
and deadline is, like, in a week. So she keeps knocking me, so I don't know how to say no, so I'm
Hmm.
so sorry, I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
Continue.
By the way, I'm a Muslim myself. Maybe I can help her out. Just
Yeah,
uh,
maybe, but, like, no, she needs to do her own homework.
I know. As a teacher, I should know this. Ah! Anyways, um, so they weren't listening at all, and at some point, I was. Look, a teacher never gets angry, right? He or she pretends to be angry, but deep down inside, you never get angry. That's not what you do, right? If a kid doesn't listen to you, that's your own problem. You're not discreet, or you're not clear enough. The kid doesn't
You're not
understand
clear.
you, or the kid doesn't want to understand you because you're not important enough.
Mhm.
So I felt really angry at myself at that moment because I was not able to make these kids listen to me. And I was about to scream, and that was the moment like, okay, you guys, you go to your own class, to your own senpai, to your own master, teacher, I cannot handle this now. And
Mhm.
after they went away with a lot of noise and a lot of screaming, I was like, okay, I know that I can teach kids because this is I get paid for this,
Yeah.
right? I'm getting
Mhm.
paid for this. I should be able to do this. Um, so I sat down and thought about like what went wrong. Um, so how does it make you feel when people like when kids piss you off at school? Um, it makes me feel that I need to improve on myself more than I already think that I did. Because you never get angry at kids, you never. And if kids piss you off, well, that's the beauty of being around kids. They piss you off.
That's a very sociable, acceptable answer.
No, but it is true though. It is true.
And that's true,
People piss
definitely.
you off, like kids piss you off. It's the same with your bunny. Like your bunny pisses you off because the bunny chews on the cable, but that doesn't mean you hate the bunny. No, you love the bunny, right?
Yes.
It's still around. It's still walking around, so it's still doing the thing. But that's what I'm
I
trying.
love
That's what I'm trying to
I
say.
love the fact how you compared kids to my bunnies, but it's true. We made the community goal, you guys. Yay! Woohoo!
Yes, I'm really happy. Can finally do this
Good
thing.
job.
Oh, I waited so long for this. Thank you guys. It's amazing. Yeah. So this is also a thing. I can't hype this up as much as you do. This is something that I do, but you're hyping it up more than I do. I'm able to do. I'm not the person that like
Why not?
I don't
This
know.
is your
I
giveaway.
don't. I
This is
know. I
people
know.
need to want this. They need to want this display. You have to be like, you guys, if you don't get this displayed, you're I don't know what's going on in your mind, you guys. Like, get the display. Like, look, it's there. The thing is, you also you have to remind people because they forget.
True.
People watch your stream and sometimes they forget to follow.
I know.
Happens.
I know.
So if you don't tell them, hey, that's why I say like every hour or something on my stream, whenever I see someone that is that is whenever someone joins my stream, answers the question that is on my title, I'm like, "Huh, interesting person.
Yeah.
He might like my content." Oh. And then when they follow right after, I'm like, "Hey, if you like the content, like and you like anime nights, movie nights, whatever, game nights, make sure to join my Discord." And when I close off my stream and I go to my Discord and I go to the introduce yourself section and they introduce themselves, I'm like, "Haha, it
Worked.
worked." Maybe if I never said that, they wouldn't have thought to scroll down and, like, click Discord and, like, write
Hmm.
something and, you know, th that sounds like low effort, but it's a lot of
Yeah, I know,
effort
but
for a lot of
I
people.
know, but for me, it's not about putting the effort in or not. For me, it's like, yo, I don't, I'm not
No,
that,
no, no,
I'm,
I mean for the people to think about that. For someone to join your stream and be like, "Is there a community goal? Should I, like, do something with my
no, they're never
points?"
going to think that.
No.
No, never. So yes, indeed, I
You
started,
you guys are smart, but you need us sometimes to remind you that you're smart.
no, 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 because I actually did this in the last couple of streams. I noticed that people indeed forget. And I wrote a part about this,
Oh, really?
about motivation. It's like a couple sentences, but not to think. I don't like. I'm saying I wrote a part about this. It's not like an essay, right?
Interesting, interesting. Where is it published?
Yeah, if you, it's in my Discord. It's like it's in a Discord. Let's see. I should know this. I can't wait. Never mind. I'll tell it after the stream. But it's in one of the tabs in the Discord. And, a lot of small pieces where I just write about this, like the spiritual journey that I'm going through. For the
Okay,
past
interesting.
for the past 6 7 months, I've been going through this spiritual journey where I've been getting closer to my religion. But that's a whole different topic. But I've also found a reason to start streaming, basically,
Mm, mhm.
instead of just League or whatever. And this opened up my eyes because I was always okay for streaming for 0 people because I was doing it because I enjoyed doing it, but I was not giving anything to anyone. So once I started changing only that aspect, I started streaming for more people, and I now have those two things. So this is really important, I think. Um, any more questions I
There was
missed?
a question of that we missed. Boche said, "Do you think if streaming becomes a full-time job that people could lose their passion for it?" Definitely.
Yes.
How many partner streamers abandon ship? A lot of streamers do. I mean, I think it's like that with any job. I can tell you guys and it's an anecdotal story. It's based on true facts, but there was a person who always, always wanted to be an anesthesiologist. Anesthesiologist is someone that puts you to sleep before you go for surgery and manages pain. Those are their experts.
Hmm.
Always wanted to was his dream. He got it. He got a place in the residency. And once he started doing it, he was just like, this is not what I want. But he couldn't get out of it because he didn't know what else he would do in life because his entire life goal was to do this thing. And he was slipping into a burnout, but he couldn't stop because he didn't want to disappoint himself and his wife and everyone that was around him. So instead of dealing with his issues and trying to figure out what he wanted, one day he just got up and ended his life just because he didn't know what, like, he lost passion for it and was like, yeah, my life is over. He just ended his life on a day that he was on call.
Really?
Imagine he was on call and they were looking for him, couldn't find him. And then they went into the bedroom where we always sleep when we are on call. They found him there dead. You know, It's super heavy, but when someone is so passionate about something and then they get it and they're just like, "Ah, this is not what I want," it is so important that you talk about it and also so important that it doesn't become an obsession that this one thing isn't everything in your life. Streaming, as much as I love it, as much as I would love to do this full time for a small period of my life, if I don't, I
That's
have lots of other things to be passionate about, you know? I have my job, which I really like, and, um, I can hate it sometimes, I can, like, be like, "Ugh," but still, it's something that I like, but it doesn't, like, consume me. So, I think there always needs to be some balance, and I think if you realize, like, this is not something for me, abandoning ship is not a bad thing. It can be even better. Your life can be better even without that thing that you thought you needed.
I see what. Um, and the thing is, right? Group pressure is also when you see other streamers that started just with you, or just after you, or just before you, and they grow so much and they explode, and you're like,
Yeah, you were just like,
you
"Why
know,
not
there's this thing that Pika always does, and it's like this.
me?"
Yeah.
And you're just like, "No."
Yeah. So,
How and the worst part is when you get the feeling that is like, "But I'm better than them." You know what I
mm,
mean? My stream is better than theirs, and they're growing and I'm not. And that sounds like you're the worst person ever, but every streamer has felt this.
yeah, indeed,
Every streamer has felt
indeed.
like, if you say, "Oh, no," I'm like, "I love everyone," and I'm like, so like, you're I don't know, you're like God or so, but, like, but every streamer feels this way somehow, somewhere, sometime,
But
and that's okay.
yeah,
That
indeed,
feeling is not
you can
bad,
use that as fuel to improve yourself.
definitely, but if you use it to be negative towards someone or to, to be negative towards yourself or anything like that, like, that's where it becomes toxic, yeah.
Hmm. My uncle is asking, Barak, have I been an example for yourself in this journey of yours? There's no bad answer, and I like to know it. Well, the spiritual journey that I went through is something that, mm, look, I've been growing up, right, as this religious guy, and
Mhm,
I believed because I thought that was the thing to do because I was growing up with religion all around me.
mhm,
But I think in the time that we live in right now, a lot of people that believe, or so to say, I'm gonna like be specific, are Muslims. The youth of Muslims are believing or religious, but they don't dive into their religion.
no, they
They
don't.
believe because mommy and daddy are Muslim.
You
So
follow the crowd like a cow.
yes, so yeah,
Moo.
yeah, indeed.
And you're just like, "Don't you think sometimes?" But, yeah.
Um, so my mom always says like, "Yo, I love what you do. You're working. You're doing everything that's allowed, so to say, and what is allowed. Different topic, but that's allowed. And I'm really in awe with you. I really love you as my kid. But there's one thing I don't like about you, and that's because you don't pray. I want you to
Yeah.
pray. But I was always like, yeah, but okay, why? Why
Yeah.
do I have to pray? So I dived into my religion, and I found stuff that I would love that. I found earlier. This motivates me for the last 7 months.
Mhm.
Um, like Ramadan is closing in. I'm preparing myself for Ramadan.
I like that. I like that a lot. I
Yeah,
like Ramadan a lot. So I even though when I'm alone, I like to do it because I just think it's nice.
that's amazing. But
Mhm.
but this is going to be the first time in 25 years of my life that I'm preparing myself for this month.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm not waking up the next morning and I'm like, okay, now I'm fasting. I'm
No.
trying to prepare myself mentally and spiritually for this month. I'm gonna try to see what this does for me. So this is
Mhm.
something that's this is my spiritual journey.
And are you going for the full experience, meaning like also doing the long prayer and waking up in the morning to pray and waking up in the morning to eat and stuff like that? Or are you just gonna fast and see what the day brings? I mean, it's just a general question.
No,
You don't have to
no,
answer
no,
it
no.
if you don't want
It's good. I'm gonna try to be in the mosque as at the
to.
like
Okay.
as much as possible. But with Corona, it's gonna be a little hard because this special month, a lot of people come to religion. It's gonna be really awkward with Corona. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to see what I can do here. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to do as much
Mhm.
with religion.
Mhm.
But giving answer to your question, Uncle, um, maybe you're asking something else, right? But because the answer is going to be no, but maybe you were asking something else.
Hmm. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like that this was for me the biggest problem. The biggest problem I had with religion is that a lot of the things that were said and done to me as a child were not out of religion, but more or less like out of this old folklore thingy that just everyone was doing, and that's just how it's supposed to be. And there would be like no answer for anything, and you weren't even allowed to ask questions. Like I remember, I went to Arabic school for like 12 years or so. I went there and they would teach us like about Quran and everything that was in it, the stories and all of that, but also about what you're allowed and what you're not allowed. And one day I was 11 and I was actually I was pretty clever, so I was always sitting with people that were very
Mm.
old. They would be like 16 or so,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
would be in that class with them. And one day the teacher asked all the boys to leave earlier and the girls would have to sit down. And, like, we were sitting there, and then she started talking about how we as girls are getting our periods and how we have to behave and stuff like that, and we need to get away from guys and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, "Why did you ask the guys to leave? Don't isn't this critical information for them?"
Yeah.
And punished for asking that she hit me with a stick for asking that question. Like, she had a stick, and you had to, like, throw your hands
Mm.
like this,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and she would, like, hit you, and I would, like, grab the stick, and she was, like, really angry. I had to leave the class for asking that question. She was like, "No, it's private, and you can't discuss this with guys," and stuff like that, and that's bullshit. Like, the guys need to know how they need to treat us, right? Like, I
Mhm.
don't need to know how
Mhm.
the guys need to know this. Like, of course I know I'm a gem and they need to treat me like a freaking
Yeah,
diamond,
yeah.
otherwise, like,
Yeah.
no way. But, like, she would, like she guys leave and then she talked about it. Like, made no
Well,
sense.
maybe she could um look, I'm not gonna argue about like hitting you with the stick. It's a good or bad thing. That's a bad thing to do. And that's not a you don't hit kids or you don't hit anyone. But what she could have done is maybe talk about the subject without the menstrual period and without, but just how to
Yeah, but
treat
when
with just
don't
how to
don't
treat,
guys need to know how girls work?
Of
Like,
course, but
how can you put censorship upon something like that in a Western world where you get biology when you're 11 at school? It makes no sense. It's not something like God created that. God created the woman and how she works. Why would that be shameful for a man to know? You know what I mean?
I know.
It was in little things like this that I was frustrated with religion. And I was a very religious kid. I would like do all the prayers, everything. I would do my parents were my gods. I did everything for them. My entire life I gave up for them. And in the end, it was always like, "Yeah, but you're a girl. Like, why do you wanna be like, why do you wanna do things that guys do?
Mhm.
Like, live alone, have a job, do this, do that. Like, like, why don't you have kids? Why" it always boiled down to that, as if that was, like, the only thing that I was created for.
I see.
And that's where I had a fallout with religion when I
But
was,
isn't that the
uh,
isn't that the
21.
problem of your teacher and not of sources coming from? I think
No, it is a problem of the society because the society does this. It's not my teacher that tells me I need to have kids. It's my parents, it's my grandparents, it's their friends, it's my friends, it's the friends of my friends, it's everyone because everyone is walking in this little thing that is called the circle of life. And if you fall out of that, if you're someone that is like, maybe I don't want to have kids. I'm a woman and I don't want to have kids. That's incompatible with the way that they feel like
yeah, I
you
see.
what you should do.
I see.
If you're like, I'm 28 right now, I have a job, I don't wanna live with mommy and daddy anymore, but I don't have some dude that's fell out of the sky because I'm not allowed to get to know him. I mean, that's impossible. You're an apostate, you're someone that doesn't believe, you're a kafir, you're
Mhm.
what like, it's that is what my problem with religion. It's the way you cannot like, it's hard to get some flexibility in the way people think about it. You can think about it differently. I'm pretty sure I
Yeah.
can talk to you about it, like in such big flexibility,
I
but I
think
can't talk to someone else about it like that.
I know.
Impossible.
I know. Look, I'm a guy that you can talk about me whatever you want, and in any way, shape, in any shape or form. And people that watch my stream know this. I have a lot of talks and I have a lot of chats with people about
Mhm,
my religion.
mhm.
Not to make this topic of like, and I don't,
No,
I don't want to change the topic, but
a little bit just to get to know each other a little
yeah,
bit
of
more.
course, it's fine. And I think this is really important. Why? Because we live in a Western society, right? We
Mhm.
There is no Khalifa, so that means we don't live in a Islamic state any. Like there isn't a non there that doesn't exist a Islamic state anymore. But we have two what billiard?
Sure.
No, no, wait, not 2 million, but milliard. Um,
Billion.
Billion,
That's a
yeah,
billion.
2 billion Muslims around, all over the place and all over the world. So, in some way, there needs to be understanding of where Islam is coming from and
Yeah.
how to not change the religion, but how to use it in different places.
But
And
that is the difficulty.
yeah, and I think that your society failed to do this. And this is the reason why a lot of people like misunderstand religion and just say like, okay, this is not something I want. Never, never, ever again. This is also that happens. This is what's happening to Christianity, for example. I'm talking like you don't. I've talked a lot. I've talked to so many people that um, stepped away from Christianity because the same reason why you stepped away from your religion, right?
Mhm,
Exact same
mhm,
reason. And this is failing education. This is um, failing to understand the way of how a kid's mind work. I think. Look, you can be a teacher, but that doesn't mean your way of teaching is correct, right?
yeah,
You can be someone that educates a kid, but your education might fail the kid, and this kid might not be the person that he needs to be or wants to be.
mhm,
And you can never look in the Quran. It says um, you cannot oppress somebody to believe, right? You cannot put somebody on
true.
you cannot push somebody believe.
Mhm,
And even if somebody is believing already, if you give this person a feeling that he has to believe, you're not living up to the rules of the book.
mhm,
And this is something I think that happened to you. So you had questions, but those questions weren't answered in a way that you could understand,
mhm.
or your teacher didn't vibe with you, right? You didn't say, "Okay,
It's
I understand where you're coming
I don't
from,"
know if it's
or
like my teacher, I think it's really the whole upbringing, the whole
I
circle,
see.
the whole thing, like, um, it just like, like, so many people ask me, "Are you religious?"
Hmm.
on my stream. "Are you Muslim?" And for me, my answer is always, "Yes, I'm Muslim, I'm born a Muslim, but I'm probably not the Muslim that you are." Because if I would talk about the doubts that I have, or about the questions that I have, or about saying, "Yeah, I think you can believe in evolution theory and still be a Muslim," people will be like,
What?
"Astaghfirullah, what are you saying?
Hmm.
Wayo," you know?
Hmm.
But I feel like you just haven't thought about things like before that, because you're not allowed to ask these questions, because there is a thing that is called dogmatic. It's a dogma. Something is like that, and that's just it. And you don't have to
Hmm.
ask. That's just how it is. It's like when you say 1 plus 1 is 2,
Yeah,
and when you ask why, it's like,
but that's not what Islam is. That's not what Islam
no,
is.
no, that's not what it is. But
Islam is
that is
like
what.
ask, ponder about
But
stuff.
that is exactly. But that is what is happening right now in the society, because that is the way that they look at it, because they don't have the answers, because they don't have the knowledge.
True.
You know?
Indeed. Um,
And that makes it troubling for me sometimes. That's why I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm just like, "Yeah, I don't know." Like, I do Ramadan. Yes, I sure I do, and I find that fun, and I find that a good thing about my religion, and I try to practice the thing that I like, but I'm not gonna be, like, wearing a headscarf and be a baby machine for people just to be happy. Like,
mhm.
no, what I want.
Um, yeah, and this is hard topic to talk
This
about.
brought us to like some depths in the water, but like
No, it's good. I'm
I
open for this.
yeah,
I'm living for this, but
yeah, I think it's a delicate thing,
I have,
you
yeah,
know?
but I haven't educated myself in this topic because look, I'm a
Yeah,
man and I'm trying to find out how to be a Muslim as a man, right?
yeah, yeah,
And that thing that's hard enough for me on its own.
yeah,
But I'm stumbling like this. I'm stumbling more and more upon women who go through the same thing because the person that I thought you would enjoy talking to.
yeah,
Yeah,
Kika.
I really believe that you would enjoy talking to each other. Like after this topic, I really think that you would enjoy talking to each other. And you will find out why. And McCann is laughing about it. Because I had these conversations with her as well. She comes I don't want to talk about her private life.
Oh,
Um but she comes from around roughly the same idea that you have.
yeah,
And I want to figure out how to not help those people, but I want
mhm,
to try to understand those people so I will be able to talk with those people
yeah.
and vibe with them without telling the wrong stuff. You know what I mean?
I the thing like that is exactly what makes me a bit pissed off. It's like you need to have some sort of a filter in order to discuss these matters. And I don't think you need to because it is that filter that makes people upset because when you put up a filter when you talk about something so intimate and so like important to someone's life as religion
Hmm.
and you're going to sugarcoat things and be like, yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
I know, I know.
you
It's
know,
not about sugarcoating what
that's
I
where the
mean.
frustration comes from.
I know.
And
I don't mean sugar. I
yeah,
don't mean sugarcoating. I'm sorry to interrupt you here. With all respect, I don't mean sugarcoating. What I mean is, you said yourself like people are not educated enough and don't understand these topics. Look, I'm that person right now. So I want to educate myself so I can talk about you with this stuff. Right? You know what I
no,
mean?
no, I get that.
So that's what I'm
100.
that's what I'm trying to say. All right. So
I
okay. I think she believes, but she distances her from the interpretation and cultural beliefs of Islamic believers. I have no idea.
I think he actually got it right. I don't believe that the whole world is like beginning and ending with humanity. Like call it a god, call it something like 'cause, the universe. I don't know what you call it, but I like to believe in something bigger than that. I like to believe that if you're a good person and you use your life for good, you will be rewarded for it being in life or afterlife.
Hmm.
I don't know if people eat like grapes from like a golden like whatever or not. I don't know that, but if you're a good person, you'll get good back. I believe in that. But it's exactly the cultural interpretation and the dogmatic ways of believing and thinking that just sets me up, and I cannot talk about that to someone because you'll always be seen as someone that doesn't believe just because you're questioning something.
Indeed,
That's
indeed,
it.
indeed. Oh wait, you're questioning my belief? Astaghfirullah, you know
Yeah,
that's.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like say astaghfirullah right now. Say it
Yeah, no,
for real.
yeah,
What the hell?
yeah, yeah.
How is this
And
stop reading?
my uncle is saying because my uncle is the youngest one in the family. I'm also the youngest one in the family, so I think my uncle and I are
Vibing.
yeah, vibing,
What's a vibe?
vibing, what so to say, because he's the youngest one and he has been probably treated in the same way as I've been treated in my family, right? Because the youngest one always gets treated different things.
And the oldest. Careful with
I
what you
know.
say right now. We're all laughing.
I know. So my by the way, coming back to your question, Uncle, if you talk about the stuff that you're doing for me with the streaming content and stuff like that, I definitely yes. I really appreciate that and I really love that you're doing this. And I think this is like I'm getting to know you in a different way, which I never knew you like this, and this is absolutely fantastic, and I love that about you. So thank you for actually doing this. But my uncle is saying no one who has been born chose the place where to be born, right? So you don't choose your place. You can be born in a Christian family or in a Muslim family. This is something that I've learned the hard way because the indoctrine is am I pronouncing that right?
Indoctrined.
indoctrination of my own circle / family, Turkish TV, I always thought that my true is the only true, and always wanted to affect other views and thoughts. And this is something that you mentioned as well, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Small break then. just to
We were gonna break an hour ago, and then we started talking about all these things that had nothing to do with Twitch.
yeah, but that's fine. I mean, this is also something I learned with Level Up Lulu. She's this amazing content streamer. She just started, and she told me like, yo, you can talk about this one subject, but don't be afraid to step off this subject. You can always come back to this subject whenever you want, right? So don't be afraid to talk about other stuff in your podcast, right? So it's going to open up ideas. You're going to get to know each other at a different level. That's what you want in a podcast, and not only like I want to know your opinion about this, and okay, thank you, bye.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah, exactly.
that's not it.
This way, it's like smooth, you know?
Well, I hope you feel respected in any shape or form.
Oh,
Like
of course. Trust me, if I didn't, I would have probably like like finished it then like
left
time
it.
to go.
Okay, you have time to go.
Oops,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, this message that I got very disturbing. I should go.
Okay. Okay. I know. I see. All right. Guys, we're gonna be right back. What do you? How long? What time? How much you need?
For me,
Yeah, how much you need? See, I'm
5
listening.
minutes.
I'm asking a woman how much time she needs. See, I'm a gentleman.
5 minutes.
All right, we will make 5 minutes. We'll be back in 21, 20,
Yeah,
21.
it's a perfect hour. I would have made it like 2020, but it's okay.
It's fine. All right, right back, guys. Peace.
Bye.
Live. Zijn live.
Hi. Ik was even bezig.
Ja, ik I always oh yeah, we yes. Switch English, yes. Fine tune English, yes. Okay. No, the thing is, by the way, Yelle, thanks for the sub. I haven't noticed it. I just noticed it right now. Holy smokes. Today is a crazy day, you know that?
You had so many subs already. Like, how many did you have? 6, 7?
Lost count.
Super cool.
Lost count.
Nice. Good job, guys. Keep subbing to this guy. He's great.
No.
Yes, yes. You take out that $5 and you subscribe, and then you forget that you have to turn off that you resubscribe to this person every single time.
Yeah, what else?
Every single until, like, next year, like, "Why is there always €5 going off my Visa card?" Like me, I'm like, "Who the hell am I subscribed to for, like, 90 bucks?"
Yeah. No, but I am subscribed to this one guy though. Gregory Peppo, his name is. He's an artist and he does RP, role playing.
Oh, cool.
But I've been subscribed to him more than 2 years now.
Oh?
Amazing guy. He taught me doing art. He taught me how to be myself on Twitch, and he taught me like all these things. And even Boom knows him. So yeah, it's an amazing guy. If the people that in your stream know who I'm talking about, that means that I am kind of passionate about this guy. But I don't know. I
Yeah.
love Gregory Peppo. It's an amazing dude. Maybe you can actually learn some art stuff from him because he does paint.
But you see, okay, my mind is going places. But this
Take me
is
with you.
the best this is the best learning tool for you to fine-tune your stream. When you see someone and you have this person that you genuinely like, and you're like, "What? I've learned a lot from this person, and I like their content, their personality, they do some I've subscribed for 2 years." Maybe you will have someone like that in your community, but for you to figure out how to get that person to do that for you, you have to figure out how to make your content
Mm,
as addictive and likable as that person that you subscribed to for 2 years. You know what I mean?
know exactly what you mean. Oh, look, I
You have to learn from the examples that you're getting.
I have Dark Venom, for example. I don't know if he's in here. I asked him this question. Look, I recently started talking with him in Discord, right? Recently, only
Mhm.
recently. But if you know, if look, maybe I can. I don't know how long or how many months he's subscribed to me. Maybe if I find his, maybe. Anyways, like really long time. Can we find him? Dark Venom? Probably not. Anyways, he's really passionate about following what I do, talking with me.
Mhm. Mhm.
But when I ask him the question why, he can't answer it.
Mhm.
He can't answer the question why. And this is
Mhm.
what fascinates me about networking and getting to know your community. If you
Yeah.
ask the people that talk with you, like, why do you talk with me? You would probably not get an answer, or not the answer that you thought you would get, right? A totally
Mhm.
different answer. And this
Mhm.
is what showing me that networking is not something that you have in your own hand. People will come to you because of reasons you would never have imagined, or never had thought you had this with you. This, you have something that's so interesting for others that you didn't know that you had that, right?
Yeah. Exactly. And it can be something small, some personality trait that you have, or for some reason there's something that you did for him, maybe on a really bad day, and he stumbled upon your stream and you were nice to him or so. It could be something small like this. I didn't stream for 2 full years, and I had 3 people that were subscribed to my stream in that time, and I would get, like, once every blue moon, I would get, like, 80 euro for PayPal or
Oh, really?
Twitch PayPal because these people were still subscribed to me, and once I came back to streaming, like, last year in March, these 3 people were in my stream, and the first thing they said is like, "I knew you were gonna come back."
Oh, really?
They just believed in my content, and Illy exactly, Illy, like, even on this break, because I was on a really bad mind space back then, I didn't talk to anyone. I used my Twitter, I wasn't on social media, Discord was dead, I didn't talk to anyone, and the day I came back to streaming, it was as if I never left. They were there for me, cheering me on and being my friends, and they when I said, "Let's meet up," we met up, they came to my house, these are just the people that really genuinely care, so much so that they want to be your friend.
Hmm.
And I think it is okay to be friends with people from your community that are close to you, but not with everyone, because you can't be friends with everyone from your community, and that's fine. That should be fine.
Indeed, I have to agree. How does it make you feel when you talk with somebody so much and all of a sudden that connection just falls away? How does that make you feel?
Mostly that's because of me.
Or let me change
Oh,
it.
really bad.
Let me change this question. How do you think people feel? No, no, I'm kidding.
No, no, I can answer that. Mostly I get messages, "Are you ignoring me?" Um, Honestly, I'm the type of person I can be like with you, for example. I can talk to you right now, be very open. I'm vibing with you. I'd be like, "Oh, cool guy, maybe I'll ever meet you IRL. You never know, you
Hmm.
know." But I'm not the type of person that needs to message you every single day in order to prove that we're friends.
True.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
I could like not talk to you for a month and then just be like on a day that I have time, just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna see how he is. How are you?" And then maybe from there we'll talk for a couple of hours. That is fine. Like for me, that I don't need that daily friendship in order to be friends with someone.
Hmm.
Um, and I think when I try to explain it also to people, I'm like, when I see your message, mostly I'm at work and someone called me or whatever, and if I didn't reply, just send me like hello, and I'll reply. It's just because I forgot.
Hmm.
It's not because I'm ignoring someone or anyone. And I think when you're transparent about that, it doesn't it doesn't matter. And I also always say, I don't have the time to sit with you in Discord every single evening. I don't have that time. People understand that. You just have to be transparent.
I want to.
And I used to have problems with that
Yeah, yeah,
before.
yeah.
Lots of
Yeah, okay,
problems.
okay. But I want to. Um, I want to turn this into something that we can give maybe the audience that listens and are like streamers as
Mhm.
well, that they can learn
Mhm.
from this. And what they can learn from this is something that I've learned from this right now. Right? And
Mhm.
what is that? I'm gonna try to explain as a teacher.
Get your notepads, you guys start typing, but on the silent keyboard,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. So the thing that I've learned right now is, and I'm going to give an example. I've
Mhm,
messaged a lot of people to invite them for my podcast.
mhm,
We've talked about this in the break. I am afraid of not having people to talk with.
mhm,
I will have this moment where I will go on Twitch and go on just chatting, and I will just scroll through Dutch people, English people that I think that I could vibe with, just like this.
mhm, mhm.
And most of the time, I won't get a reaction. I won't even get a reaction. I will just be ignored, right?
Yeah.
But after maybe a week or so, I will get an answer. I will get a reaction back. And I was like, wait, huh? I thought you were a douchebag, but now you react to my question. So what I want to what I've learned is, and what I want to teach you guys is, once you send somebody an invitation to having a conversation, or once you invite somebody over to your
Mhm.
Discord or to your concept of Twitch, whatever that may be, and you get ignored, don't assume that that person is ignoring you. Never, never,
No.
ever, ever do
Mhm.
this, because if you do that, you're gonna close yourself from opening up to other people.
Yeah. I will tell you a funny story. So I on Instagram, I get a lot of message requests. And once in a blue moon, I go through them because mostly it's like, "Hey, do you want to be my girlfriend? Hey, you're so pretty," blah blah blah, stuff like that. It's like billions and billions of messages like that. And yesterday, it was like a long time ago. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go through my messages, like message requests." You will never guess who message requested me. Are you familiar with the Austin show?
No.
He has 70K average viewers on the Austin show, which is basically like a reality show that he hosts on Twitch. And in order to come to that show, you have to do pre-interviews. And the guy that does those pre-interviews averages like about 500 to 1,000 viewers. And he
Damn.
was in my message requests saying like, "Hey, I watched your stream and I do this and this." And he like gave me all of his links to social media, very, very professional the way he wrote it. And he was like, "Are you interested in being on the Austin show?" And I thought it was a joke. I was like, "What?" Like, no way. So I started clicking the links. I was like, "Oh, what? Like, this is actually like this seems legit. What?" And I messaged him back. I was like, "Oh my god, yes, yes, I want to be on that.
Hmm.
Yes." But if I like the thing is, if it could have been that I just gone through my message request and maybe like a month later or so, because I do it like really once a month or so, I would have seen that message and then be like, "Oh my god, please still work with me," you know? So not every messages you send out is something that people read, especially if you have a larger following than average. I have, I think, 3.7K followers on Instagram, and I don't read all of my messages. I don't.
You
Um,
can't, basically.
so y yeah, just because most of it is just spam or links or people, like, subscribe to me on YouTube or something like that, you know? Um, so I think it's normal, and I think that's always the risk you take when you have a content idea that depends on other people.
Mm,
It's again coming to that concept of building something on something or someone that you cannot control. Just as much as you cannot build your income upon people that you cannot control, you can't build up your entire content or entire identity as a streamer on things you cannot control. You need to have backup plans. What happens if I don't find someone, for example? What will I do
I
then?
don't.
Skip?
I don't have a podcast.
Uh, N no podcast? Is there any way I can work around it? What if you have someone and you hyped everyone up for it, and the day before they call in sick? I had that with my medical stream. The day before, like, I think even a couple of hours before, they say, "I'm sick." I'm like, "Well, yeah. I have a medical show, but, my patient is sick." You know? It and if you're creative enough, you can kinda, like, go around that or find something else or maybe do a podcast about something that you talk about alone or with your chat. Try find a way to not lose momentum because that's what you're afraid of, to lose momentum
Hmm.
if you don't have something. Like let's say you don't find someone for a month. Could happen.
True.
What are you gonna do then? Not stream for a month?
I have this corner where I cry always, but I never tell. I'm just gonna sit there and cry.
No, you have to, like, get around that, try and find little tricks to get around it.
And we've talked about this in the break a little bit. That's hence the 5
Yeah.
minutes being too late. But,
Scripted.
yeah, no, but I think this is exactly what I need to learn now,
Mhm.
because as a streamer, you always learn stuff. This could be something small, but this could also be something like, how do I improvise if something doesn't work out to be as I
Exactly.
planned? Um, and I think that I can actually dive into this. You gave me something that I can actually work on or work
Mhm.
with or try to improvise or try to use my Discord, for example, as a way to stream.
Yeah.
Um, but I really suck at it. So
No. No, you don't. No, you don't.
I
Look,
kind
if
of do
you're
though.
there are 3 things. First of all, you're a streamer, you're a content creator, and you're a community leader. Okay, you're the leader of your Discord, you're the leader of your community. If you say, anyone that says the word "boohoo" is gonna get banned, um, and you enforce that rule, everyone that types "boohoo" is going to get banned, you know what I mean? You're the community leader, and what you do, people will follow with that. But you're not like king. You have to ask feedback from your community. For example, I once hosted a Sub Wars, which was a lot of effort and a lot of work. It was kind of like a tournament of League of Legends.
Oh my god.
Um, I did it the first time. It was a good success. I think I had 3 teams. It was really fun. I costed the games. There was a giveaway at the end, prize for the winners. And at the end of that thing, I was really happy with. For the first time, I had 60 average viewers without raids or hosts or anything. And I was like, yeah, I made it. The next stream, I had 14 viewers, but whatever. And you know what I mean? That was a good thing. But in order to make the next one better, like, I'm not gonna sit around and think the entire time, "How can I make it better?" Because I already did it once. The second time needs to be
Mhm,
better.
mhm.
And who can give me feedback? The people that participated in it. So I made a form, Google form. I was like, 5 questions. Please fill it out with your ideas. What did you think was good? What do you think was better? And the right now we're at the fourth one that we need to do, but the third one was so much better. We had professional casters. We had 2 tiers, tier 1 and tier 2. We had a bigger prize pool. We had a lot more of, like, yeah, productive value behind the
Mhm,
stream,
mhm.
and that was just because I asked people, "What do you think is best? What should I change?" And I listened.
Yes.
So if you listen to your community, it's gonna be better. Let's just say you do interviews with your community. Ask them, what would you like to know about the people that are watching the stream? Like, let's just say you have, for example, your uncle who's here all the time doing stuff for you. Maybe people would be interested to know who he is and like what his ideas are. Like, does he have pets? Does he like pineapple on pizza? Whatever. It's interesting. And you have to let your community help you with it. You're not alone.
Mm. This is something I always struggle with. In those 3,000, now maybe 400 hours, I struggle with this. And maybe you can see my
Right.
struggle, but why?
Yeah.
Because I want to shove this on me being an introvert, but that's not gonna
Mhm.
that's not gonna cut it off, is it? No, but
Right.
yeah, I knew it wouldn't. But shit. No, I think I'm shy when it comes to coming up with new stuff, right? I
Right.
Why?
Right.
Because I never got the positive feedback out of for example, you told that you did like this tournament, right? And I wasn't ready for that amount of viewership because because not always, I also got like an 60 amount of viewers without a raid or host. Um but I believe I built my community not being prepared for that amount of pressure, if that makes any sense.
Do you think a high view count equals more pressure?
To be honest, yes.
That's why you have to turn off your view count.
Look, we're sitting around 20 right now. That doesn't put pressure on me at all. If
What if it would be sitting around like 1 or 2?
I would still continue to talk, but somewhere inside of my head it would be like, maybe this is not interesting for those people,
Yeah.
right?
What if we were around 200?
Um, yeah, that would put pressure on.
What if you didn't know?
See, that's the thing. You want to know. You want to know. So you have a amazing point here that you're trying to make. An amazing point, and I know this. I know this. I've been around Twitch for a long time, and I've tried streaming without a viewer account,
Mhm.
but I like feedback on the point. So I always think numbers don't lie, right? What do you think about that?
What what if the only thing you need is to change the way you think about it? What if you would say your content would be boring if your chat was dead? Or the person that you're interviewing would be sitting here like,
Yeah.
"What did you say? Yeah, yeah, I know. Ugh, such a pain is Twitch viewers." You know?
Mhm.
I think you need to change the way you see yourself as being successful, and I'm being a big hypocrite here. I used to cry my eyeballs out. Like, after stream, I would get, like, 20 average viewers, and I would cry to my boyfriend. "Ah, my stream sucks, no one likes it, I need to
20?
grow."
Look, I haven't gotten
No, no,
over
no,
20,
that
right?
no,
So
that
this
is
I'm
because listen to me. That is because you are used to a lower view count, okay? If you're used to like 8 people watching you and you do a stream and 20 people are watching you, you're like, "Oh, wow." Or like you get a raid, like, "Oh my god, 20 people. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my god, now my view count is like 40." And then when you like refresh, it's again on 20
Mhm.
and you're like, "Yeah," you know? Um, but once you hit a certain milestone, for example, I had 30 average viewers for the longest time, then I had 35 average viewers for the longest time, and then I went back to 15 viewers. That was devastating.
Yeah.
I was like, "What did I do wrong? What in the world happened? Why does no one like my content?" I would see my community and other people stream when I was streaming, and I would be like I would be obsessed by it. I would be like, what am I doing? Why like what?" But that is not the point. My chat was as active as it was when I had 35 viewers. Today, I was streaming art. My chat was dead, but I had 45 viewers.
Mhm.
So, I didn't see like it was a successful stream because we had really good conversations and really nice interaction at certain
S
points. But that number, 40 viewers, like didn't mean
so
anything
are you
because
s so are you
my chat was
so are you trying to say that I'm sorry to interrupt you.
yeah, no problem.
Um, so are you trying to say that, numbers don't really count if you even had a conversation with one person, and that one person is that person that that conversation is something that you're seeking for, even if it's one, numbers don't count. Like if that's
I
if
say
if
numbers
that is if
count.
that is your standard, it
No,
wouldn't
look,
count.
numbers count. If I have a week that I have 30 viewers average and a week after that I have 20 viewers average, I see myself as a failure. Definitely something in my head says you're doing it wrong, but that's not true. You put your value into again something that you cannot control.
Hmm.
Maybe those 10 viewers that you had last time, maybe, I don't know, their grandma died, or maybe they needed to do something else,
Yeah.
or maybe they have a big test coming up, or maybe it is nice weather outside and they chose to go outside and have a drink instead of like sitting at home watching your stream. You know, like that is the nuance that I want to bring to it. It's like if you want to look at your numbers in growth, you always have to look in trends. And that is something medicine learned taught me.
What are
If
trends?
I trends, I will tell you. Like, for example, if I would see a baby that had a heart rate of 120 or so, I'd be
Hmm.
like, great, you know. And then after an hour again, I would check and it would be 130. And then an hour later, 140, and an hour later, 180. I was like, something weird is going on. It's going up. Maybe something's wrong with the baby, or it will be going down. But if I would only have that one point, which was 120, I would be like, ah, great, the baby's fine.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah.
You have to look in trends, and you can only look in trends after a substantial amount of time, and that time for me is around a month to 3 months, depending on what I do in my stream. if I've done a complete rebrand like I did in October, my stream's gonna suck. My numbers are gonna suck for like 3 months or so until people are like, "Ah, she's doing new things, and maybe it's kind of cool, and maybe I should go check." And
Mhm. Mhm.
you know, it takes time, and you have to give yourself that time. This one viewer number that you're seeing doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. You have to look over time
I know.
in order to put value into
I
that.
get your
And
point.
when you turn it off, a new life will come for you. Trust me. I've done it. It's great.
But eventually you will look at the numbers, right?
Yeah, and that's fine. Even like I think couple of hours later, you get an email with like, "Hey, good hustle," and then you know, oh shit, I didn't earn anything this time. It's like,
Oh
oh,
yeah, I get
good
that.
hustle.
I get that one. Oh yeah, I get that one. Good hustle, but
Sometimes you
try better next time.
you know what you mean?
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean.
When
Shit.
you get that email, it's just like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's from Stream Elements or something, right? I don't know what it is.
Hey, Clumsy, I see you in the chat, girl. We talked about you earlier.
Did we? Did we?
Yeah, when I talked about the streamer that messaged me when I was like, "Oh, I want to talk to the streamer," and then she messaged me on Instagram, and now we're friends,
Oh,
and we just don't talk.
that's her.
That's her.
Okay, nice. Welcome. Me? What? Yeah. Always the humble ones.
Clumsy might actually also be a really good one to interview for that. Like, I can recommend her. She loves talking about content creation, social media, and all of that. I know she's up for it, but she's a really good talker. She also went on a spiritual journey.
See, hello. Can I slide at me? Can I? Wait,
But it's
hang
so
on.
much fun.
I'll be right
It's just
back.
like, "But I just need to say hi." What did
I'll be right back. Give me a second. Clumsy.
Clumsy.
You know what's
Oh,
funny?
poor
You
her.
know what's funny? And
Yeah.
I have to say this. Look, if I'm not saying when, but if Clumsy is gonna be in your seat right now, and I'm gonna have this conversation with Clumsy, my mind is gonna be blown. You know why? Because the reason why you are sitting here is because look, I already knew of your existence, right? And this might sound weird. Like what? So I already knew you of your existence, but I never thought about you as a um, candidate of somebody to talk about because
Oh,
look, listen,
I'm
no,
offended.
no, 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 don't be. Please let me explain. I never actually dived into your content up until a moment that Dingus talked
Oh, yeah.
to me, like told me about you, and she was like, "Yo, she is in like medical health and stuff. Maybe she's interesting for your Spider-Man Burak thing."
Yeah.
And only then I got to know about your content, right? About what
Uh-huh.
you were streaming. And this is
Yeah.
a compliment because it's amazing what you're doing.
Thank you.
But now you are referring me to somebody else. You see what
Well,
I'm
yeah, that's how it works. That's networking. That's the beauty
No,
of it.
no, but you see what I'm trying to get
It's
at.
a domino.
There's one person invites me or sends me to another person, and this was an amazing podcast, right? So I'm putting that on a shelf. Now this person tells me to have a conversation with this person, and I have a wonderful conversation. I put this book on the shelf, and now I'm here, right? So
Yeah.
what's gonna bring this person to me? Like I'm like, whoa, what? Networking, networking on Twitch. Uh,
That's what it is about. Like, can I just out of curiosity, you said you knew of me, but you never dove into my, like, content.
mhm.
Like, where did you know me from?
I think
I'm almost super interested.
League of Legends. I've seen you
Uh,
stream League of Legends, right?
oh, yeah, yeah.
But I never actually just dived into the chat or talked or
No.
I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I don't have the answer.
Oh,
But
I used to be the worst in networking before. Like when I just started out, I was like part of every Facebook group and I was like the link posting girl. That was me. Hey, watch my stream. You can't play. I'm playing League and blah blah blah. And actually Chameo, who was in chat before,
mhm.
she always thought I was annoying. And one day, somehow, somewhere she was bored, she clicked my link and she was hooked ever since.
Really,
And she's been watching my stream ever since, and right now she's my best friend, and we spend, like, my birthday together, Christmas together. It's
wait,
been,
who
like,
is
so
this?
much.
Who is this? I didn't get.
Chameo, she was in the chat way before.
Okay, amazing,
Chamimi.
amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, sometimes it can be in a very small little corner, but that's the nice thing. You always have to be open, and even if someone says
Like
no
the corner where I'm
to you,
crying. A
in the
small corner.
corner in curse, go to that corner. But even if you ask someone to be on a podcast with you, or if I recommend someone and they say no, that's fine.
Obviously, like, but
That's okay.
um, this is something I noticed, and I was like, I have to say this, right? This is amazing.
Like, I'm sorry, someone noticed my fox. I have to show it. This
Of
is like a
course.
little bit of
No, no, no,
shameless. Wait,
no. It's not shameless. As I said before the podcast, I don't like. There's not a possibility that you could. No, you need to, right? It's amazing.
isn't it pretty? You guys, if you like art every Saturday morning, we do art. Shit, I messed up my.
Lighting.
No, I messed up my lighting. Fuck it. Shit! It's all your fault, chat. That's it. You have to go and Smurf me.
Oh wait,
Oh
I
no!
shouldn't be laughing at this. I feel so sorry. I feel so sorry.
Okay, there you go.
Nice. All right. Now I feel like I should show my art, but that's gonna be like, oh, look my art and look your art. No, I don't want.
No, 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 no. That's not what it's supposed to be about. No, no, no. Art is unique to everyone. Like legit.
I have to dive into the closet though. I don't know. Closet.
You can dive in. I can handle the chat. That'll be
All right.
fine.
Be right back, chat.
Okay, chat. So tell me his intimate secrets that I can blackmail him with. So I don't know. We can like form an alliance here. No, just kidding. You can even make me look pretty. Oh my god! Imagine. No, I cannot draw humans. I'm really bad with drawing humans. It's insane. I also knew you from the Facebook group. I think Ilya as well, and JV too. Like it's insane. He's a wonderful person, but save yourself fast. Let's run away. Let's just run. It's okay. All my teammates in League call me an animal. What's your favorite League character? Would you like to play? Can you draw me? Oh no, I can't draw people. Like I could draw like League of Legends characters. I used to do that back in the day, but I think I would need a lot of practice to be able to pick that up. Burak means beat in Polish? Really? Oh my god, you should tell him when he joins. It's good. I was like, who keeps posting the same girl every time? Hey, the thing is, the only good thing I can give myself from that is at least I was saying you guys can join me in game. That was like my value. You guys could like come to my game and play with me. That was like the value. I should have made like an egirls.gg like link. Go would be rich by now. Do you draw anime characters? Yes, I do. And I used to, like a lot. Now a little bit less, but I used to. I'm Iron, I'm embarrassed by my leak career. Oh, don't worry about it, dude. I used to be like plat 1 and right now I'm like silver or something.
Is this about League?
Yeah, we were talking about leak. You see, I like it told me all of your secrets and stuff. I know everything about you. Burak means beat in
I
Polish.
know. Why you have to say this, man? Come on. I know.
Told you I know all of your secrets.
I know. Now I feel bad about my name. No, I'm kidding. No, but so this is I love drawing roses, and I've done this one on stream. It was a website called You Now, and it has like these
Oh, when you call
sentences on it. Wait, and when you call someone a burak in Polish, it's kind of
I'm so sorry. Don't be laughing. Let him show his art clumsy. Why? Like I just recommended you, and you're like making him feel like
You
comfortable.
know
Like
what?
how is that?
Never mind.
For me?
Never mind, clumsy. I will find someone else. No,
Where's that corner you were talking
it's right
about?
there. It's here. I can show it to you if you want. It's small and cold and dark.
Oh, whoa, that's really nice. Wow, that's very detailed. That's beautiful. Have you ever thought about drawing it in, or do you just like leave it that way? That's
No,
beautiful.
I do graphite, right? Graphite is my thing. So
Oh,
this is a copy I have, and I could do. I started thinking about this now. I could give this one away. This is a hard copy.
Of course you could. Make it a community goal. Wow. Oh my god, you're super talented. What the F? Wow. Whoa, that is insane. I'm actually watching it, like, on your stream right now because it's just, like, so much more detailed. Whoa, it's gorgeous.
I,
Whoa, that's super
I
cool.
have I have much more in the closet. I also have this dog that was my latest drawing, and that's my most. It has like all the soft fur and stuff. I worked on it for a long time. I can't
Oh
find it,
my
but
god.
no
It's
worries.
okay, it's okay.
You will get the idea of how my art looks like.
Useful.
But I
Oh my god.
I'm kind of I'm kind of jealous of that fox though.
But, like, what do you say? I can't draw that.
Yeah, but I
What
can't. But
you
I can't paint that. So what do you mean?
It's so funny. Like, wow, oh, that's really cool. No, I see, but that's why you cannot compare art. The same way you cannot compare content on Twitch,
But
unless it's really bad.
I'm gonna go a little
Then you
philosophical here. But isn't art content?
It is. Definitely. Of course it is.
Yeah, I don't.
It's actually very effective content, I would say, especially in these times. Everyone wants to be a Twitch streamer. If you just take like a Canva class or something on Skillshare or how to make emotes, and you make a Twitter account and make some emotes, and people will like pay you for it. I think art definitely has a big place in content creation.
I stopped doing art for a couple of years now.
Oh yeah, me too. I also took a long break. Yeah, I get that. Especially, like, for me, it's mostly when I'm not feeling well, I cannot have a creative outlet. Like, I can't be creative when I don't feel well.
I don't. It's really hard because I really miss doing art, knowing what pencil to use, when to use, the techniques I'm using with the kneaded eraser, and like the tapping on the paper and seeing this magic happening on the like on the paper. It's like a great example could be this: kids in the first class, like elementary school, first small kids,
Yeah.
like small babies, right? Um, there is this funny thing because when you sit in front of them and they see your face, they know you are you. And this may sound really weird at the beginning, but you slowly turn into, let's say, Santa Claus. So you slowly pick up your hats and you put up on your gloves, and all of a sudden you are Santa Claus. Kids will
Yeah.
believe that you are Santa Claus now. So this is the same thing with art. From a blanket, well, naked piece of paper,
Yeah.
with your
You can make something.
with your own hands, you're making stuff, and all of a sudden you believe, like, how did this get on here? How did this get on here?
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
Yeah,
My art teacher told me they made erasers for people, so it was so funny.
yeah. Legend,
I was so
Legend of Tony is the funny guy around here.
and then the Pepe, sad Pepe. It's very sad.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe you also need a corner legend.
he's the reason I have this corner.
Oh,
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
poor you.
I'm kidding. I love you, Tony, man. I love you. Um, yeah, I think it's amazing. Um,
Are you talking about why you stopped?
yeah, I was talking about it, or is
No, I wanna know why you stopped.
League of Legends.
Oh god. I thought you were gonna come up with a better reason.
No, legit. Look, I can romanticize this as much as I can, right? I can do this maybe, but gaming in general, I shifted from having more interest in developing my skills with the hands in pen and paper, and I started to have more interest in gaming, which I still do, which sucks, to be honest. I really hate it.
I get it, but like right now, like I try to combine it a little bit. This is why I use my stream a little bit as my time to relax, and um I do gaming on Sundays and on Thursdays, and on Fridays I do Just Dance. On Saturdays I do art, and on Mondays I do just chatting. Just to kind of like keep it varied and keep me doing other things all the time, because otherwise I get bored and I mean, just doing the same thing all the time doesn't work for me.
Mhm.
So I try to get my create like, I try to have my cake and eat it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, sort of everything.
I know.
So that's, like, kinda how I try to do, but I was there definitely just only playing games. I got kicked out of the library for playing League of Legends there. The school yeah. Yeah, yeah, it was, like, when I was still in uni, I was playing League on my laptop, and then, like, every day there would be, like, more and more guys, like, around me, like, "Oh my god," because I was pretty good back then, like, "How do you do that?" Blah, blah. And then we would
With you,
like, I
with
would
you,
play League and they would
with your mouse pad,
yeah,
getting
yeah,
pentakills with Katarina.
I think back then, like, back then when I was playing it in the library, I had, like, a little mouse that I got from Kruidvat, which had, like, diamonds on it. It was, like, a very bad mouse, but it was an infrared mouse,
Mhm.
I'd be playing League there, and one day, I got banned from the library, and they told me I wasn't allowed to go in anymore because I was gaming there.
Man.
So I never stepped foot in that library ever again.
Yeah, but you enjoy
So
yeah, but I want to laugh with you, but I find it really horrifying to being kicked out in like
oh my god.
Yeah, but why I stopped? It's a good question. I think something inside of me. Look, I have all these pencils. I have everything ready in my closet, right? But I
Mm.
believe that I will never start drawing again until I open up the closet, take everything out, put it on my table, and start doing it again. But the-
And when you feel creative, you will.
I find,
Don't rush it.
yeah, but I feel like this is my creative outlet.
Yeah, it could be. And when this falls away, because like you never know, Twitch could be gone in 5 years. You don't like it could be like Mixer shut down too. The way Twitch is
Wait,
handling
makes you
their
shut down? Well,
what cave did you come from? It shut
I
down
just
like a
came out
year
of my
ago.
cry corner. Okay, leave me alone.
They shut down like a year ago. So I was really, really sad because a lot of Mixer partners like got really effed over by it because people don't want to go to Twitch and yeah, it's been a struggle for them.
He's been living under a
And
rock. Yeah, it's true.
yeah, and Twitch is like if once YouTube steps up their game with their live streaming platform
Hmm.
and Twitch does anything to fix theirs, they're gonna lose everything. I'm really sure of that. I'm 100% sure of that.
You know, come to think about it, YouTube might feel more natural for most of the content that people create because what you have now is people stream on Twitch and they bring their content to YouTube. But why
Mm,
won't you have everything there? You know, you can't stream on YouTube and
you can.
well, you can, but it doesn't make any sense to stream on YouTube and put highlights here only and not do anything else here. Right? That doesn't make any sense. So why
No,
won't you take your live stream there as well? So you have everything in one bubble, right?
because it is relatively easier to grow on Twitch than it is on YouTube.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah,
But that
right
but that
now.
could change, right?
Definitely, but if you wanna grow on YouTube, you have to put in the work, and I would say making like, maintaining a YouTube channel, I think is as much work, if not even more work than going on a live stream and thinking about ideas and creating them in a moment. Because on YouTube, you have to shoot first, then you have to edit, you have to perfect everything, create the perfect thumbnail, upload it, and still do all of the things that you do for Twitch, which is like create content outside of YouTube in order to make your YouTube like go
Hmm.
live. And you need to have uploaded like a, a gazillion amount of videos before they start taking off.
Do do you,
And
do you think?
I think
I'm
that's
sorry. It's
oh,
hard.
no.
Okay, so but do you think that people that don't do this will never get there?
Like if you don't create content outside of Twitch,
You won't grow further than
I
a
think
certain amount of point. You will stop at grow. Like,
it's uh, there is some factor of luck on
hmm.
Twitch exists. If you get lucky and you get a couple of really huge raids or something like that out of the blue, and some people might stick and you roll your train from there a little bit. Or if you really have a great content idea, it's just amazing, and you're like the first one that does it on Twitch and you do it perfectly and you get discovered in some way, then I think you can survive without creating content outside of Twitch. Or if you started 7 years ago.
Mm. But we're living now, so that point is not that's irrelevant. But so the first 2 points.
So yeah. And the thing is, do you want to put every little card that you have in getting the one joker?
No,
No, exactly.
no.
That's why I think it's always smarter to create content outside of Twitch and try and stay up to date with current trends, aka TikTok, which can be very beneficial for your Twitch stream if you use it
But
correctly.
what do I put on TikTok though? So let's take me as an example. I have a big beard. Maybe I can put my big beard on. Like
Whatever you want.
I
Whatever you want. Let's say you want to use TikTok for your spiritual journey. People will eat it. They will be like, "Oh my god, this handsome guy is talking about religion, whatever." And oh my god, he streams on Twitch. Maybe like 1% of your following, if you do it, like, also watches Twitch or something like that. Like, if you're just like, "Hey, if you wanna know more about this, like, follow my Twitch, link in bio," whatever, people will click it at some point and they will join your Twitch.
Mm,
Um, and you can grow from there. You can literally put anything you want on TikTok, anything, as long as you try and figure out a way that it resonates with what you do on your stream.
I see. But again,
And
this is
one
really hard for me to do because I've never grown. Look, I've grown up with Instagram. I grew up with
Mhm,
Twitch, but I mean Twitter, and I left that alone. Now I'm starting that again because I see the value in this. But
mhm.
TikTok, I mean, kids at school dance in front of a camera and put that on TikTok. So this actually, what this does to me is this tells me like, okay, TikTok is not the place that I want to be, right? Only
Yeah,
based
yeah,
my opinion based on kids dancing on there. I
yeah.
don't want to be found there.
I know. 100%. But people that use TikTok mostly are frequent users. And the algorithm of TikTok is actually pretty good in recommending content that TikTok thinks you'll like. Like in the beginning, when I got the app, I got all sorts of content. And it's just because algorithms, they have access to your data, so they know what you like. So I got recommended TikTok videos about Islam, I got TikTok videos about Belgian culture, I got TikTok videos about Moroccan
Hmm.
people. I never typed in I was Moroccan, but still they knew I was Moroccan. I got content about kids because of my job. I got content about medical people. I didn't get any cooking things or so because I am not into cooking that much.
Maybe, maybe,
So
maybe,
the algorithm.
maybe that says something about your cook cooking.
No, I can cook, but I just don't like to cook for
I'm
myself.
sorry. I'm
Anyways,
sorry.
that's just
I'm
not for my
sorry.
cooking.
I'm sorry. You wait. You
But
wait. Stop. Stop. You gave me a compliment just now with this. Oh my god, this handsome guy maybe on TikTok,
yeah,
and I'm just ruining this moment. So I'm sorry.
no, it's
I
fine.
believe you're a
It's fine.
great cook. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you. You never ate my food, but whatever. But you know what I mean. And in a matter of a week, I was just looking for the things that I liked. Right now, when I go through my For You page, it's all about gaming and Twitch. Everything. Like, it's so catered to what you are looking for. And if you bring value on a platform, who cares who sees it?
Mm.
If your value is surrounded around something you really believe in and you talk about, then you shouldn't be ashamed that it's on there. Never post something that you can be ashamed about
It's
afterwards.
about building up your legacy, right? Because
Yeah.
I, it's really funny. I stumbled upon this influencer, so to say, and like she lives for podcasting, right?
Mhm.
And she contacted me, or she reacted to into my DMs after I sent after I wrote a DM, or after
Mhm.
I wrote a comment. I'm sorry. She contacted me in my DMs on Twitter, and that's my literally my first time somebody that does something for a profession contacts me into my DMs after I wrote down
Mhm.
a comment. And that was really fantastic. And I actually had a chat with her, and she told me at the end,
Yeah.
like, yo, this is your legacy. Make this
Yeah.
your legacy. So
Yeah.
own it, do stuff there
Exactly.
that you are proud of. And
Yeah,
people will
exactly.
notice it. She's a
And that's Yeah, exactly. That's the entire idea about it. Like, it doesn't matter on what social media platform you're using,
Hmm.
as long as you stand behind your content and you're not whenever you feel like, maybe I shouldn't post it, then don't.
I see. Is this the same with streaming? If you don't feel like the stream is gonna go well, don't do the topic, or don't do that stream in
Yeah,
particular.
yeah. Like I told you before we finished up the stream, I was not in a good headspace. If I would have streamed that day, I would have probably had 10 viewers because people would be like, "Oh, what's up with her today? She's not fun." Click out. And I would have felt even worse about myself, you know?
Mm,
So, if you're not in the right headspace, it is fine to say, "Hey, guys, not today. We'll see each other tomorrow."
I see.
And that's fine.
Not to sound rude or something, but Clumsy is saying I got TikToks about ItsAmarantha. All my interests were exposed.
Like, I'll tell you something very clumsy. I told her, "Why aren't you on TikTok yet?" I had 500 followers back then. She's like, "Yeah, no." I was like, "Dude, be on TikTok." She's got like freaking 7K followers or something right now. She
Already.
exploded. Like, the first video she posted, she went viral, and I like already had 20,000 posts, and I get like 10 views on every single thing, and she exploded.
But what makes
Right now,
what makes
struggling to get to
but
1K.
I'm interested in what makes one person do this for a long time not being exploded, and one person sends one thing in and it explodes. Like what's the like it
It's luck. It's how it worked. Maybe her content is just way better. Like, also, no, Clumsy, she's been doing the thing that she does on Twitter, on TikTok right now. She's had a year of experience on YouTube doing exactly what she's doing on TikTok. So she knows what she's doing. I started a YouTube channel back in the day, but I wasn't happy with the content I put out, so I stopped. And when I started out with TikTok, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just posting a little bit and
so basically
saw what
so basically
I
the
still needed to figure out what I was
so
doing.
basically the 3,000 somewhat hours of my Twitch journey, right? Or no, yeah, 3,000. Yeah, 3,000 hours of my Twitch. I've spent maybe, let's say, out of 3,400 hours I've streamed,
Mm.
maybe 3,200 hours, maybe 3,000 hours was just I didn't know what I was doing.
He didn't know what he was doing. And then in the last, like, exactly what Clumsy says, niche and luck. TikTok, once you like, one of your videos is bound to go viral. It will. You just need to post regularly. That's all. And it doesn't really matter what you post. And mostly the shittiest posts will go viral. I had one viral video of like a stupid play that I did on League. It was so dumb. It wasn't even good play. It like, got like a lot of views. I think like
But
20,000
is
or
that what
so.
how you want to be recognized?
No, but the thing is, the thing is, when I put it on there, like when I put clips of my Twitch on there, I try to take clips that have some sense of personality on me. Me doing really dumb lucky plays on League of Legends is what I do when I play League of Legends on stream. That's what people can expect of me. If I sit there and I do fashion videos, like something catering to my niche. Like, I did this really nice video of like Blackpink and different interpretations of the different members
Mhm.
with fashion wigs and stuff. That is what people can expect from me on stream. Sometimes I will have pink hair, sometimes I will have my normal hair, sometimes I'll be dressed down, sometimes I'll be dressed up. That's what people can expect from me. So what I post on TikTok are small
May-
snippets of who I am,
Maybe you should drink
and
water.
people can expect.
Maybe you should drink water.
Yeah,
Your voice is go. Take a sip.
distracting.
Take a sip. We're talking for over 3 hours now.
Yeah, I know. But you know what I mean? That is just it.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Aren't you afraid of people pushing your content in a specific direction? Because this is something I had in the past. I
mhm,
was doing art and I was doing
mhm,
league, exactly the stuff that
mhm,
you were doing, but in a different way, of course. But I know what you're doing, right?
mhm.
Art, league, and maybe talking or whatever. But at
Yeah,
some point, I felt like I lost grip of what I wanted to stream, and I was pushed by the people that were watching me.
to play League.
Yeah, to play League. And that's the reason I don't want to look. I'm not saying that's the reason I stopped doing art,
That's the reason. That is the reason.
but
Yeah,
that's the
no, that
reason
is
I
the
stopped
reason.
doing art.
And that's the reason why I stopped playing League of Legends so much on your stream.
Yeah.
Exactly this. I wanted to go into variety for a year before I actually did it. Um, And the thing was, every single time I was like, "Okay, let's see what the viewers want." So I would do, like, a poll, "What do you want me to play?" And then, of course, like, 90% would play League, and then play with me, you know? Um, I would never get to play the game that I actually wanted to play.
Exactly.
And I was getting burned out by it because I didn't wanna play League that much anymore. So, I just tried to figure out a way where I could be me and be okay with the fact that people that only wanted to play League are there for the League streams, but aren't there for any other stream.
Mhm.
And the thing that doesn't work is trick your viewers. You can't trick them because the moment they go to your stream and they're like, "Oh, it's not playing League," like, they click out and that's it. So, I'm very transparent whenever I post a stream schedule. This is like, "This is what you can expect this week. On this day, we'll play League. You're welcome on Sunday, otherwise not." And on the medical stream, I'm very transparent about the topic that we'll talk to. Do you want to know about it? Come join. Don't you? Fine. And you have to be okay with that. You have to really, like I said, this is your house. No one goes to your house and says, "I'm sorry, I don't like this furniture. Get new one."
Or put that there. I don't. But that's my
Yeah,
cry corner. Leave it alone.
that's rude. You know what I mean? And it takes courage because as a starting out streamer, you don't want to disappoint your following and they're watching you and you have to be
Yeah, I
grateful and,
know.
"Oh, thank you for watching me. Let me do everything for you." But they don't own you. They don't.
I don't indeed. Thanks though, but I really benefit from your answers
No
in
problem.
many ways because this is something I never got an answer to, and you just for free. I'm not even paying you. You're just giving it to me like, oh, what? So Boom is saying post the clips about you talking to cats. Maybe.
That's a good one. I talked to Kat. Like, silly thing, like, I just posted on TikTok a very vulnerable clip of me where I was crying about exactly what I said, like, exactly um, uh, the insecurities where you're constantly feeling like it's not good enough and I need to get better and better and better and better. And the feeling that streaming is a grind
Mm,
sometimes, which can be very
indeed.
draining if you see streaming as a grind. And no matter how much you say, "No, it isn't," sometimes you will fall to that trap and feel that. And I feel like you have to also be able to be vulnerable on your content. It can't always be shits and giggles and fun and jokes, but sometimes it's just real,
I know.
and that's fine.
Look, I never got to me in a certain way that it bothered me, right? Of course it got to
Mm,
me. I'm a human as well, but because it and why? Because I'm lazy, but I'm okay with being lazy, right?
mm,
That's why it's
mm.
not bothering me. Look, if I was lazy and it bothered me that the part that I'm lazy, then that would also bother me because now I need to fix that
Yeah,
as well. So I'm lazy. I know
yeah,
I'm lazy, and I'm okay with being lazy, and that's the reason why that this grinding thing doesn't bother me, right?
yeah,
And this
yeah,
is not beneficial, or maybe it is. I don't know. I have no idea, but we will find out in the long term, maybe. Clumsy is saying people tend to go back to what's comfortable rather than try something new that is
yeah.
uncertain. Indeed,
And I think that also has to do with you not putting your view count off because you know when you play League of Legends, people know it, your view count will go up, and when you do something else, people are yeet and your view count goes down.
yeah, indeed, indeed.
Look how powerful number is. An insignificant number makes you do things that you actually don't want to do.
It's I don't know.
Dum dum
Dum
dum.
dum dum. Yeah,
It's a dramatic music right here.
you know those moments in the Big Bang Theory where like they fill the empty spaces up with laughs. Have you ever watched the moments? Have you ever watched the clip where they cut out the laughs? Like
No.
you should like if you have time, just look it up and you will actually just laugh about them not laughing while they should laugh. It's kind of funny. I looked it up yesterday. It was it was hilarious. Anyways, take a shot every time Burak says lazy. Ooh. Boom is playing is saying, yeah, he is lazy. Ken is laughing about it. So these are friends of mine. They know that I'm lazy.
Well, yeah, point proven, guys.
If you take the last out of my life, it's just sadness. Anyways, I think we can summarize this up and conclude that this was, at least from my own experience, I really, really enjoyed this podcast.
Yeah.
Um, and I've learned. I think this is the podcast where I've learned the most if it comes to my own questionings. You know what I'm trying to say.
That's nice.
So I don't know how you feel about this. Maybe you want to add up to this, or maybe you want to share your own experience, and then we can just end it, and we can host somebody or rate somebody, and then I'm gonna be like grateful for you forever, forever.
I um I'm really happy I did this. I did not really do any research on you before. I just like talked to you in my Discord and I thought, ah, it's cool, it's gonna go fine. I didn't do any research and I'm super happy that I was a guest here. I felt very welcome, which I think is very important for someone that is doing podcasting. I didn't feel like the conversation was dead for a moment or anything like that. People in chat, thank you so much for all of your questions, for being here, supporting us, and cheering us on. And thank you for everyone that subscribed too, because that's just insane.
Indeed,
How many subscribers you get? Insane amount.
I have to count them.
Um,
Indeed.
yeah, yeah. So I'm super happy for everyone being here. I want to thank everyone from my community as well that was here. Illibo, Clumsy. I think I saw Charlotte as well. Thank you so much for being here, listening, supporting us. Super sweet. Um, why did you accept Brooke's request for a podcast? Oh, that's a good question. Um, I think
Wait,
I
Is
think
McCann asking this? Oh my god, you
yeah,
don't know McCann?
yeah.
He's my best friend.
No.
Like I know him from a long.
Oh.
Kind of funny that he is the one asking this. Okay.
Well, the thing is, I love talking and I am very open. And once he said, like, hey, I have a request for a collab and I want to talk to you about it, he wrote me a small sentence about what the idea was. And I was just like, this seems cool. And he joined my Discord one day casually and it felt very natural and it didn't feel like he wanted something from me, and that is why I accepted the request. It didn't feel greedy or anything like that. It was super nicely done, professional, and I don't care as much about how many viewers this person has or doesn't have as long as the intention is pure, and that's why I said yes. That's a little bit why that is, and I
Uh,
think that's valuable
uh,
information for you as
I'm
well.
gonna be in the cry corner for a bit. Wait up.
Oh, so many nice compliments. But I just wanna say thank you. Also, thank you to your community for such a warm welcome. Thank you so much for the shout out, Boom, super sweet.
Awesome.
And
Amazing. I can't top off these words. This I'm gonna just accept them and I'm gonna retweet them. I'm gonna like them. I'm gonna do whatever. But um,
yeah.
I want to say thank you for your time because
Hey, no
I know how valuable time is for you. So thanks for
problem.
sharing your time with me, and
No
I
problem.
benefited from it like a bunch. And I hope you enjoyed your stay. I have do you have somebody to raid? And we'll end it on that note.
Um, let me see.
While you're
Mm,
looking, I will say stuff to the chat. Guys, indeed, thank you so much for everything. Expect a giveaway stream soon. Um, yeah, I might even add this copy of my. If anyone is interested,
yeah, that would be super cool. I have one streamer that I really like. She's playing Ori and the Blind Forest at the moment.
it doesn't matter.
I don't know if that's something that you guys wanna see, but I'll link her Twitch in the Discord for a second. You can see if this is something you like. She's super sweet though, so,
Awesome.
um
So yeah, guys in the chat, we're gonna hang out. At least this is what happens all the time. You're just gonna hang out there in the chat, and then from there on, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Even clumsy, like usually, um, the bigger streamers, so to say, right? Like, I'm gonna be honest. The bigger streamers like tend to be everywhere in everyone's stream, but clumsy, I feel really like warmth, and you sticked around and you actually had conversations. So I really appreciate that. And I think I have to thank you for that as well. It's Amarantha, because without you, she wouldn't be here, and all these people won't be here, and all this stuff. Like this is like the butterfly effect. So I'm really humble, and I'm really grateful for the experiences I got. On that note, I want to thank everyone, and we're gonna go over to what's her name, Silver
Silver Snacken.
Snecken. All right. Oh, we're gonna. This is what happens every time. We're gonna awkwardly wave, wave goodbye.
Ah, that is super cool. She's really nice. She's playing or in Blind Forest right now, and she's really heavy into fitness. And I did a medical stream with her on her epilepsy. She's super cool.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay. So, yeah, just last wave, and then we'll go. Bye,
Bye.
bye, guys. Okay.